Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for a continuous discussion on this Harinam Cintamani. All right, so we have already finished 2 chapters in 3 days. It's supposed to be a person can read out the entire book in matter of what, 2 hours or 1 hour, if you read through. But since we are going on a detailed study, so we are taking our own sweet time. So we started on last Friday, all right, then Monday. Today is what day? Today is what, Tuesday, is it? Is it today's Tuesday? Yesterday? No, today's
Wednesday.
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 So today's Wednesday. So for the last 3 days, we went immense deep into chapter 1 and chapter 2. Okay. So today we're going to start chapter 3. Before we do so, let's offer obeisances to all the Guru Varga, to all the spiritual master. Without their blessing, we might have not got this greatest boon. So we are actually known as Bhakyavan. Bhakyavan means the most fortunate one. All right. So we are all Bhakyavans, and we became like that because of our the mercy of our spiritual master. In life we owe people. All right. We owe our parents, okay, for giving us a healthy body. At the same time, to give us education. So today we can able to speak, read, we can speak about it, we can read about it, we can relish all this because of the mercy of our forefathers. Second, so we owe them. Secondly, we owe the devas, right? Because they are providing enough sunlight, enough rain, all these things, they are in charge. They are all a department head. So we owe them. Then we owe our family, friends, whoever that do a favor. That means we owe so many people. And we have to repay them. Okay. All these debts we have to repay. Okay. We owe them, so we have to repay them. So that's why we are doing a lot of fire sacrifices, especially fire sacrifice. The reason that we are doing fire sacrifice is because to repay our debts. All right. Repay our debts to all this nature, environment, and all the people who train us, to guide us, teach us, all these people, we owe them. So how are we going to repay them? Right? There's even this kind of owing we have to carry, we have to take forward for many births. You some or other have to settle your debts before you leave this place. It's just like sometimes when you want to leave a house or you want to move out, you have to make sure that you pay off everything. You have to settle all the debts before you can move to next house, right? Like that. But the thing is, we are all conditioned. We are living in this conditional world, and it looks like impossible for us to settle all our debts to all our person who train us up, the person who teaches, the person who cultivated us. So it's not possible to pay them to settle their debts. Therefore, when we simply accept the spiritual service, especially the chanting of the holy name, take up bhakti service, take up the lifestyle of devotional service, all our debts is considered settled. Okay, we don't owe anyone. We don't owe anyone, right? But now we start to be indebted to our spiritual master. We start to be indebted with our spiritual master because without their mercy, we are not will be able to be here to discuss this, especially to our Srila Prabhupada, because he has translated all the books. He traveled to the land of Malicha, or Yavana, the meat eaters, the land of meat eaters, and the one who are corrupted terribly in material sense gratification. He took a big risk, So sometimes we also study that we should not avoid with non-devotees, Sometimes we can fall. Like for instance, the first verse of so we can fall, and because you are surrounded in that environment, even how hard rock you are, but once you go into the environment, some or other, in matter of time, it can dissolve, there's also a proverb in Tamil, I think, adi mel adi vettal ammiyum nagarum. When you keep hitting, even a strong stone also still can move. You go on hitting. So it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task to travel to this kind of country and try to cultivate and change them. Okay. But who can do it? The one who can have this thing, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam. Okay. So the first verse of Nectar of Instruction we studied. Those who can control their mind, your intelligence, your what they call the sense of what they call control the demand of the mind, demand of the tongue, demand of the belly, demand of the genital. All these things when the people are anger, right, agitation, all these who can control, they can make disciples all over the world. Because this kind of first instruction, if we really look at it, we will become super strong. Our faith, our devotion will be rock solid, right? It's just like not an ordinary rock, but we can become like a diamond. Nothing can break us, right? So that was Srila Prabhupada. He traveled, he went to the European, stayed among them, and ate the food that cooked by them, made them devotees, made them Brahmana, and like that, okay? So, and also he's translated all his books into English, and because of him and the mercy of because of his mercy, and he inspired all his disciples to spread this Hare Krishna movement to every town and village. Okay, so we owe them. So how we settle our debts? Okay, we cannot settle our debts because it's such a great sacrifice. There's no way we can settle our debts with our spiritual master. They've taken a huge sacrifice in their life. So the one and only way that what we can do is to offer our gratitude and our obeisances to them. Right? So what we do, so now we're going to chant the prayer. We're going to call upon, we're going to offer our obeisances and gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. We're going to offer our gratitude and obeisances to his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, and also to his spiritual master, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, and his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and his spiritual master to Jagannath Das Babaji. Then after that, we're going to offer our obeisances to all Vaishnava devotees, right? Because to think of someone and everything, of course, we got a huge people, we can't remember everyone. So we just give a, we just offer our obeisances, what obeisances, our general obeisances to all Vaishnava devotees, all right? Not only in this Marga, but all the Marga, like Sri Vaishnava, Vishnu Sampradaya, and Rudra Sampradaya, and all these things, right? So, Vallabha Sampradaya. So, we're going to offer obeisances to everyone, okay? Then we're going to start our program, okay? So, I will just inform. So, what do you do whenever you think about, when we say, like, for example, when we're going to chant the Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra, just meditate that you are offering a beautiful garland for Srila Prabhupada. Just think that you're putting a beautiful garland. Just imagine in your imagination how beautiful garland that you have seen, right? Garland of roses, garland of lotus flower, or whatever garland, right? And you're offering a handful full of rose petal or lotus flower, whatever beautiful flower that you can think of, which is full of fragrance at their lotus feet. Right? Can we do that? Okay, now. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamram Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Sahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidam Scha. Okay, now we're going to chant Srila Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. Now we're going to recite Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Prema Diya Sri Rupanuga Bhakti Sri Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastate Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasitantadvan Taharine. Now we're going to recite Gaura Kishodas Babaji. Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtai Vipralambara Sambode Padam Pujayate Namaha. Now Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Srila Om Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namini Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Sri Jagannath Das Babaji. Gauravir Bhava Bhumestvam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannathaya Te Namaha. And to all Vaishnava devotees, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavibhayo Namo Namaha. Okay, now we offer obeisances and flower just in your meditation. We offer to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Pancha Tattva. O Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Now Srila Brajendra Nandra Krishna. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanta Namostute. Now Srimati Radharani. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Sabhuta Shivadi Jayapataka Swami Tinami. Namacharya Padaya Nitai Krupa Pradaya Jora Pasataya. All right. So Hare Krishna. So we're going to do continue our discussion. So just now Nanda Devi Mataji was sharing with us how she feel good chanting the way that we have discussed yesterday. So any one of you have tried chanting that way? Anyone like to share? Where is the thing? Oh my God. Chaitanya Prabhu, we feel good?
I've been trying to chant like this, but yesterday make it more better, what do you call, better assimilation and the consummation is better happening.
So that means you start to have the taste in first round
Yes,
itself.
yes, yes.
Okay. Anyone else? Sadguna Mataji, have you tried doing that? Karpiya Saraswati Mataji, Sheila Mataji, or Rusun? Anyone tried?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm trying. Last night.
How's it?
Yeah. Trying. Can do it.
How do you feel?
Yeah, Prabhu?
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Oh, much better.
Much better.
Yeah, nice. Nice with the way I say it, it's been nice.
So that means you are paying more attention to your chanting.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get a taste in first name itself. The first beat itself, you can get the taste. I mean, no need to wait for after one round, you get the taste, right?
Yeah, and moreover, when I was saying about chanting earlier mistakes, but now I could say it more better. Chanting.
Right. Okay,
that
great.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Wonderful. I'm so happy for this. Right, so let's do our continue our discussion. So today we're going to do chapter spotlight for everyone. All right, so chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3 of this thing. Okay, we just do the quick recap. So now just the last paragraph that we have read yesterday. One who accepts the name and practice it. One who accepts the name and practice it. That means you chant it, though doing this with minimal restriction. Okay. Hey, why this thing's wrong? Okay, just give me a second. You sharing stopped. Okay. Thanks, system. Okay. Harinam Cintamani Nama Bhajan. Okay, that's fine. All right. So now we see here that one who accepts the name and practice it, though doing this with minimal restriction. Okay, but must be careful to perform all action favorable to increasing devotion to Krishna. And at the same time, you have to reject all action which is hamper devotion to Krishna. Okay, so even though that this chanting looks so simple, and it doesn't take so much of it looks so simple, but we have to always think of what they call we have to perform it very carefully. All right, at the same time, reject all action that will hamper the devotion to Krishna. That means any action that waste your time, that means it's like unnecessary things, we have to reject them, and we have to simply remember the name of Krishna constantly while passing out his life in the material world. That means we have to constantly see, when you're going to chant the way that I've suggested yesterday, you know what will happen? You are paying attention to chanting, you are paying attention to your tongue, your tip of your tongue, your back of your tongue, and the pronunciation and the teeth and everything. So, like last time, you must say Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, like that. But when you start to chant properly, you start to notice your mouth start to close. All right? Like last time, now. Okay, and you pronounce it. So you pronounce it from deep devotion, at the same time from the depth of your breath. From the depth of your breath. So sometimes what I used to do, okay, pranayama is very important, the breathing exercise. So you can also use the breathing exercise to chant Hare Krishna. Example, take a deep breath. So when you take a deep breath, you don't feel your lungs, feel your stomach. You see the baby, the way the baby breathes. When you look at baby, how it breathes, only the stomach goes up and down, not that lungs. All right. So feel your belly. Then you just say, then you just slowly, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare. So you see how many mantras you can chant in one breath, right? So you're taking a deep breath, then you are chanting the mantra. You have nothing else to think of. You are just concentrating on the mantra, all right? So you just take a deep breath and see how many rounds you can chant. All right, maybe you can start maybe 3 mantras. Then eventually you can go to this thing, all right? Like I can do 12 mantras, right? That means, no, 15, yes, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, because I used to do like this, right? So 15 mantras in one breath, right? So what will happen? You take around 2 or 3 breaths, you complete your 108. So like that, you can start to do your control your breath. Okay. So just sit in one place, just hold the mantra, take a deep breath, then Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare. So like that, you just try to breathe out. slowly. Right? Is it too? Can you try this? Okay. Then another method is when you chant, you try to put your finger in front of your mouth. You know, when you speak, there's a breath goes out. But when you chant, you try to put your finger here, or maybe you can take a feather or whatever, put it inside. So your chanting is considered good when you don't feel air coming out. When there's no breath, there's no air coming out. So Hare Krishna, Krishna, because you are pronouncing the word nicely. Krishna, Irama, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when you do that, when you feel there's no wind coming out from your, it's not your breath not coming out, consider good. Right. So what will happen when you do this? Okay, it's kind of yogic practice, right? But at the same time, you can constantly remember Krishna. All right. So you'll be able to think of Krishna in every step of your life, because you are paying so much of attention. You know, sometimes when you watch a movie, you spend so much of attention. Once you go out, you go on remembering the movie the whole day. Okay. So you can go on remembering the movie about the whole day, think about that movie, you know, the character, you know, when there's a love character, suddenly the husband and wife suddenly become so loving, you know, that you can go on remembering. Similarly, if you can go and do that, you remember the name of Krishna constantly while passing out his life in this material world. Never should he deviate to the path of fruitive activities or worship of the demigods. Because fruitive activities and worship of demigods create so much of excitement, enthusiasm. You know, you'll be very excited. You know, there's a lot of happiness, in the sense happiness, right? That you won't be able to have an exclusive time to chant the holy name. So instead, you should chant the name, serve the devotees, and achieve the goal of life, Krishna Prema. You know, just a little prema, just by understanding him, it gives us so much of immense pleasure. But once you start to feel him, just try to imagine that, right? So we are all sitting here every morning. We are trying to understand Krishna. We are trying to, it is just like a school of a butler, all right? So when you see that Krishna is all, there's a lot of servants, you know, Manjaris, Sakis, Manjaris, all the servant, but we are trying to be the servant of the servant of the servant. I mean, they are the main servant, they have the sub-servant, that means secretary to the confidential secretary. Okay, we are trying to be the servant of servant. So actually, we are in the butler training center. You know, in butler training, the butler is a high class servant, right? That serves the president, serves the king. You know, the butler will just like, or in other words, high class waiter, right? So like that. So just now we are just trying to understand. We are just trying to study about it. What is it all about being Krishna conscious? What are the rules and regulations to follow? But some or other we are struggling, but some or other we are picking up here and there, 1 or 2 rules. And that itself gives us so much of pleasure. Imagine if you start to achieve the goal. When you start to have a direct reciprocation, direct distinct with Krishna, imagine the pleasure that you're going to get is unbelievable. So the concluding of this explanation, how the jiva should accept the holy name, Haridas Thakur began weeping. So he started, after listening to all this, Haridas Thakur started crying, then falling at the Lord Krishna's lotus feet, I mean Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet. He held them, and begged for attraction for the holy name. No one who performed devotional service at the feet of Uttama Vaishnava Haridas Thakur, the transcendental touchstone of the holy name, will become the center of his life. Right? So with that meditation, we start our chapter 3. Now we are talking about Namabhas. Okay, just now we always talking about Namabhas. So now let's see what is Namabhas. All right, the clearance stage. That means offensive. Yes, Susan Mataji.
Sorry, the name Uttama Vaishnava. Can you explain these words? Uttama Vaishnava.
Uttama Vaishnava. Okay.
Yeah, it's very difficult to find in the internet.
Uttama Vaishnava. Got such thing, Uttama Vaishnava.
Yeah, for the last one.
Uttama Adhikari, is it? You're talking about Uttama Adhikari.
Uttama Vaishnava. I thought for you.
Where do you find that? We spoke about this here.
Yeah. Just okay, stop. Before this Haridasa Dakut devotion service. Yeah. The last yeah. No, not this one. The last part.
No, this is the last part.
Um,
Oh, Uttama Vaishnava, this one.
yeah.
Oh, okay. For one who performed devotional service at the feet of Uttama Vaishnava, Haridas Thakur, the transcendental touchstone of the holy name will become the center of his life. Uttama Vaishnava means pure devotee. You know, in Malaysia, we call Uttama, right? Uttama. Ini diutamakan. That means to give priority. You know, kita kena mengutamakan prinsip utama, right? So now, here in Sanskrit, we go Uttama. Uttama, Uttaman. In Tamil also we call Uttaman. Uttama means the topmost. Okay, Mataji? Uttama means topmost.
Oh, topmost meaning.
Yes, topmost. So like Uttama Adhikari. Uttama Adhikari means the one, so we have three kinds of Adhikari. Remember, we talk about Kanista, Madhyama, and Uttama.
Mm.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
You can try out. Wait, let me see whether I can, whether this thing enough. Vaishnava meaning.
This I found yesterday. Wow, a lot of information comes up.
Okay, what do? You can go to, do you have Chat GPT?
Yeah.
AI. Go to AI and find out. Put there, who is Uttama Adhikari? Uttama Vaishnava. So it says unalloyed devotion, compassion, transcendent humility, and all. They give you some this thing. Okay.
I usually use the harikrishnasearch.com, but a lot of information comes.
Yeah. No, easy, harikrishna.com, but you can also try on what they call on Chat GPT AI.
Oh,
Can go to AI, like if you're using Copilot, Chat GPT, you know, Copilot is free. It's free apps. I think Chat GPT you have to pay. To go to Copilot, just put there what is Uttama Vaishnava. They give you a lot of explanation. Okay, you got it? Uttama means pure devotee.
yeah, because I found this book, Hari Nama Chintana. It's not easy.
You
Not
found it.
easy. This is lots still coming out, but every words of the Sanskrit, it's include a lot of meanings there.
No, there's a lot of rules in Sanskrit, and you don't need to worry about that. The only thing, try to pronounce Hare Krishna mantra properly enough. Others are not necessary. Just a supplementary,
Okay.
When Prabhupada went to US, of course, they all cannot chant. They say, it's okay, you just try. The Prabhupada never like this thing. But the most important is that we must be able to chant the Hare Krishna mantra nicely. That's it. Okay?
All right.
So now we come to chapter 3 now, Namabhas. So just now we were talking about Namabhas. All right. So now, what is Namabhas? Okay. So now as we are going at detailed studies, we are going very, very detailed. So let's look at this chapter 3, Namabhas. So Gadai Gauranga Jaya Janava Jivana Sita Advaita Jaya Srivasadi Bhakta Jana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercifully lifted Haridas. Haridas Thakur is at his feet crying because there's an ecstatic feeling. Can you imagine? When you born in the family of a Muslim and suddenly you got this boon, and the ecstasy level, and of course he's in great prema. Of course, he's Harinam. He's a acharya for the holy name. And imagine the amount of prema bhakti that he has. So what happened? He just fall at his feet and he just like out of the world, right? So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercifully lifted him. Now he carried him up with his own hands and said, listen, Haridas, my words, listen, Haridas, to my words. Now explain in detail the meaning. Now, in detail, the meaning of Namabhas, right? So now we're going to study the detail of Namabhas, right? But because if one thoroughly understands Namabhas or thoroughly understands Namabhas, one's chanting of the holy name will become pure, all right? So that means when we understand what is Namabhas, the chanting will become pure. Then by the power of pure chanting, then with the power of pure chanting, he will end his material existence. Please underline all the statement in your book. Now, this is the question that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu telling Haridas, instructing Haridas to speak. Now explain in detail the meaning of Namabhas. Because if one thoroughly understands Namabhas, one's chanting of the holy name will become pure. Then by the power of that pure chanting, he will end his material existence. Okay. The holy name is like the sun. And what does the sun do? It dispels the darkness of illusion. You know, yesterday was night. So when the sun rises, the darkness, the illusion start to disappear, dissipate, dispel, just dispel. No, just gone. The darkness of illusion. However, sometimes clouds of mist cover the sun. But sometimes even all these, the clouds, see now it's look cloudy, right? The clouds and the mist may cover the sun from the viewer so that only portion of the light comes through. Right? Sometimes the clouds and the mist may cover the sun from the viewer, that means from us, from our distinct, so that only a portion of the light, that means it's not the full-fledged sunshine, but maybe portion of the light comes through. In the same way, when ignorance and anarthas are predominated, that means when the ignorance, right? The ignorance and anarthas means unwanted habits, become predominate. Okay, it's still more powerful. The sun of the holy name become covered and only portion of the full effect of the name is felt. Okay, like we all, like not we all, like I'm still in ignorance and I have so much of anarthas and it's still like covering me. So the sun of the holy name become covered. And just like the portion of the light comes through, only the portion of that chanting is felt. The becomes covered and only portion of the full effect is felt. Okay, I hope you all are following me on this. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continuing. Therefore, in some cases, the holy name will appear in full force in the heart of the chanter, and in other cases, clouds of ignorance and anarthas will minimize the effect of the name on the chanter. All right. So it says in some cases, okay, in some cases, the holy name will appear full force, okay, in the heart. But in other cases, the clouds of ignorance and anarthas are still there, will minimize. They will minimize the effect of the name of the chanter. Just like you're wearing a sunglasses. When you're wearing the sunglasses, the glaring effect of the sunglasses are reduced, right? And only a portion of you get it. So that means, just imagine the sunglasses, which is black in color. It's just like that. We have these two things called ignorance and anarthas. Just like the two glasses. Ignorance and anarthas, sunglasses, we are putting it on. So we don't get the full benefit, all right? Or the real benefit, it is minimized. So what is ignorance? So what is ignorance? Okay, the ignorance is of three types. All right, please understand this. Remember this. Okay, remember this by heart. Ignorance is of three types. If one does not know the true spiritual nature of the holy name, which one has accepted. I mean, who does not know the true spiritual nature, the real power of the holy name, which one has accepted. Sometimes we see we have accept our initiation and everything, we still don't understand the power of holy name. All right. This ignorance of the, okay, this is ignorance of the name. Okay. Like the mist. Example, ignorance of the name like mist leads one into darkness. Okay, just like a fog. You know, it's like foggy. Okay, are you all following me on this? That means the first ignorance, after accepting the spiritual name, the holy name, but we do not know the true spiritual nature. We don't understand the power of it. So what is second? Right? Second is a person ignorant that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Okay, there's a second ignorance is the person are ignorant. People don't understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and will take to worship of the demigods and to the path of material piety. Right? So the second ignorance is they don't understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality, and instead of worshipping Krishna, they worship the Devas. Okay, they worship the Devas. And what is the third ignorance? One who is ignorant of the transcendental nature of his own self. That means he doesn't know who is he. He doesn't understand his transcendental nature as an infinitesimal of Krishna. Infinitesimal part of Krishna. Infinitesimal means that there's the eternal part of Krishna. Okay, who are ignorant about their own self, and also that means the permanent what they call eternal part of Krishna. Okay, and his world, that means like Goloka, but take shelter of the world of impermanence and illusion. All right, those who are those take shelter of the world of impermanence and illusion, they are the Mayavadis. Thus he will remain eternally in ignorance. So there's a three types of ignorant people. Number one, accepts Krishna holy name, but we still don't understand the strength of it. Number two, right, don't understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality, but instead worshiping the demigods for material happiness. Number three is to not to understand that I am part and parcel of Krishna. I am the Jiva. I am the part and parcel of Krishna. I have that same, and so I'm a servant of Krishna, but not knowing that, but instead taking shelter of the illusion. The world is right, or what they call and try to merge into Brahma Jyoti. Just go into it and just disappear. Mayavadi philosophy, like Nirvana, right? The Buddhist says Nirvana, go and disappear. So these are the things. So they will remain eternally in ignorance. Okay. Now, so when Lot has finished, Haridas Thakur said, after all these questions said, then Haridas Thakur says, today I am most fortunate. From my mouth, the Supreme Lord himself, Sri Chaitanya, will hear about the holy name. Haridas first explained about ignorance. So now Haridas Thakur, what he says, he now first explaining about ignorance. Okay, let's start from the ignorant part. Okay, number one. Knowledge means knowing Krishna is the Lord. All right. So the knowledge that we are talking about, education, knowledge, all the things is meant to know Krishna is the Lord. All right. But the problem is now the modern education, the education that brought by British and all these things, they put away the main meaning. Okay. So like even in what they call in every every religion, you know, I'm not sure, I think Alipata, right? So like for instance, like in Tamil, there's a thing called Tirukural. In Tirukural, it started off like that, you know. Agara Mudala Yelatala Adi Bhagavan Mudatrey Ulagi. Right? All the sentence alphabets, the word R is the beginning of understanding the Supreme Personality, Adi Bhagavan Mudatrey Ulagi. So that means all that letter A. Okay, even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, among the letters, I am A. Right? So like that. So that means all the knowledge that actually we are seeing is meant to knowing Krishna as the Lord, and that the living entities are his servant. So any knowledge that we cannot give to our children on this subject matter, but instead putting them in all this modern education, we are making a big, right? Of course, the children has grown up, some of you are retiring, but now is the time you can inspire your grandchildren, right? Okay, now, so knowledge means knowing Krishna is the Lord and the living entities are his servant, and that the material world is non-conscious gross manifestation. All right. The third thing that you should understand first is knowing Krishna as the Lord. Second, every living entity is servant. Number three, material world is non-conscious. Non-conscious. That's why it's called matter. All right. Matter. Or in Tamil, we call it Jadam. All right. Jadam. Jadam means lifeless. All right. It's non-conscious gross manifestation or byproduct of the Lord. So these are three things that we should understand. That person who does not know clearly the nature of this principle and their relationship, he simply lives under the shadow of ignorance, right? A person who does not know all these things, he simply lives under the shadow of ignorance, okay? This is one cause of namabhas. Okay, this is one cause. That means the first cause of namabhas, or the covering of the sun of the pure holy name, by which its full effect cannot be felt. All right. So this is the cause of namabhas. This is one cause of namabhas. You got it? The three things. When you don't understand Krishna as the Supreme Lord, when we don't understand that I am the servant of Krishna, when we don't understand this material world is gross, unconscious. All right, it's just like a toy. The toy has no life. So these are the three things. If you don't understand these three matters, and we chant Hare Krishna, this is the one that caused namabhas. So that means the covering of the sun of the pure holy name. Okay, which one effects cannot be felt. That means a little effect can be felt. Like that. Actually, the midst of ignorance simply covers the individual living entity's eye. All right. Okay. Actually, the mist means the fog. The fog, right? In the morning, you see the fog, mist of ignorance. The mist of ignorance looks so white, bright. Imagine if you are, okay, example, if you are always in the mist, all right? If always the environment is very misty or foggy, it can create a kind of frustration. Okay, anyway, I go to that later. So the mist of ignorance, so that means it's not darkness anymore, because the mist you can't felt it at night. It's already morning, it's already sunrise, but there's a first ignorance is at night when everything is dark. But the second ignorance, even the sun rises, it covers by the mist. All right, simply covers the individual living entity's eyes. So that means it just covers my eyes in this environment. I'm staying here and it's fully misty. That means it's only covering my eyes. So that means, in other words, individual living entities' eyes in a localized position. Example, I'm sitting in my house and this is misty. So it only covers my eyes here. All right. So, or just like example, just as the sun becomes invisible only from relative position of the individual under the cloud. So that means it is just like the sun looks like it's not there, it's invisible because it's covered by the cloud. Because I am staying in a place where it's cloudy. Okay, it's just related. That means it's related to my position. That means I'm sitting in Ipoh and now it's very cloudy. And now the cloud has moved out and now you see the sun is shining in very directly. But it's never really covered. But it's never really covered. Okay, I am sitting here, I feel very cloudy because I'm near the hills. All right, so everything is misty and everything. But say, like, for instance, like Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, maybe in Puchong, right? Maybe at that place there's no cloud and the sun is rising, shining very brightly. So is that sun in Ipoh is cloudy and the sun is Puchong is missing? No, the sun is there. But in my localized position, it is cloudy. And the position of Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, it is clear sky. Okay, so individual, that means it's become invisible only at the relative position of the individual under the cloud, but never really covered. but that means the sun is not actually covered. So the holy name is never covered. We understand? Or in other words, easy way to understand, I'm wearing a sunglasses, so I can see everything seems to be misty, very, very dark, right? And a person beside me not wearing sunglasses, right? So not wearing sunglasses, so he can feel the full glaring of the sunshine, but I'm wearing sunglasses, all right? So that means I shouldn't say the sun is, there's no sun, or the sun is mild, all right? Because I'm wearing. So it all depends. When I put on my sunglasses, my experience with the sun is limited. When the person is not putting a sunglasses, the experience of him is open, right? It's just see the full glaring of the beauty of the sun. All right. So like that, the holy name is covered. You all understand this thing? Okay. You understand how it means by covered. Okay, please put a thumbs up if you understand. Yes, under Balantu. Right. Anyone else? Oh, great. Okay. Right. So you understand, huh? So like that, it's covered. That means, in other words, what is that? The chant, the holy name is so powerful. But we are sitting under the cloud. And the sun is actually not shining very clearly on us. So, because the holy name is never covered. It's never, not to say not, never. It's holy never covered. For it is non-different from Krishna. There's no difference. Krishna and his holy name, there's no difference. And it is eternally transcendental and pure. Okay. The full effects are diminished for those people who have over the eyes the cloud of anarthas and the mist of ignorance. Right? So that means the full effect of this holy name will diminish, will reduce. All right, will reduce. Okay, you can't feel the real thing. To those people who have over their eyes the cloud of anarthas, that means the cloud of unwanted habits like ahankar and all these kind of things, right? Unwanted cleanliness, all these unwanted things. Okay, and at the same time, who are under the mist of ignorance. Okay, those who are under ignorance and those who have anarthas, it's not, they don't get the full benefit of the holy name. All right. Okay. So what are anarthas now? Okay, now before we go to anarthas, now it's 8:54. Shall we just take a short break? Right, because after that the subject matter is going to be intense, so we won't stop for next 1 hour. Right. So now we're going to start. Okay, now we understood anarthas and ignorance. These two things will cloud our intelligence and cloud our the taste of the holy name. So what is it? We do it after a short break. Okay. Now it's 8:54. Just take 2 or 3 minutes. Then stretch yourself. Okay, you want to get something to drink, right? Then come back. Hare Krishna. Okay. Now we continue. Now the question is, the most important thing, the question is, what are anarthas? Okay, what are anarthas? Okay, so anarthas, okay, they are classified as thirst for material objects, right? That means it's classified as the thirst for material objects. Thirst, that means we still have a lot of material desire, or in other words, we call asat trishna. Okay, asat trishna. So asat trishna means, that means we have this thirst, that means we still have that strong material desire. Number one, thirst for material object. Number two, miserly, okay, miserliness, miserliness, all right? So miser, how you pronounce this? Miserliness, all right? Miser, okay, miser, miserly, okay. Miserliness of the heart. Miserliness of the heart means you still have a lot of miserable situation, okay? Miserable situation in the heart. So miserliness in the heart, they call hridaya daurbalya. And number three is offense, or in other words, we call as aparadha. Okay, so now let's look at this. So anarthas means classified as thirst for material object. I get strong desire to have my house big cars and all these kind of things. Asat Trishna. The second is miserliness of the heart. Okay, Hirdaya Daurbalya. That means there's a lot of longing and a lot of pain, right? Suffering and thing. And number 3 is offense, aparada. So this is all classified under anarthas. Please underline all these things in your book. All right, so we understand. Huh? So what is, okay, now. So the category of thirst. Now the first we talk about thirst for material object. Okay, is divided thus. Okay, it's divided into, first thing is what? Craving for material object. Okay, in this world. Craving. That means it's not desiring, it is craving. Craving means what? The desire that you cannot control. All right. So like sometimes they say, you know, I'm craving for nice food. I'm craving, right? So what we do? Okay, never mind, we don't cook at home. Let's go somewhere and eat, right? And some people say, well, let's go to Ipoh. Ipoh, they have all fantastic food. Or maybe we fly down to Ipoh, you know? And I was very surprised, right? Because last year, what I did, I just try out driving Grab, okay? I just try out for a month or two to drive Grab. And sometimes there will be a Grab that they'll order from this, what they call, I get an order from the airport. Ipoh is connected. Ipoh is connected to Singapore and Johor. There's a direct flight. So people are flying in all the way from Singapore, all the way from Johor. They are flying in. Imagine the amount of money they spend just to fly in, just to eat. You know, they'll come there and they say, you know, can you just take me to the place of food heaven? I would like to get, I want to stay in a hotel. All right. So I say, but you have already booked the hotel. Then I can reroute the thing. All right. So they do the reroute. So I'll take them to the heart of the food heaven. So they just need to come down from the hotel and all varieties of food are there. Craving. Right? Craving. That means the cravings, once you start to crave, that means it's such a strong desire that nothing else in this world matters until you fulfill that desire. You know, like sometimes you see the child is craving for love. So you can give him the toys, you can give him whatever things you give. He's not attracted. He only wants love, craving, right? So now the thirst for material objects divided into this. I mean, number 1 is craving. It's a strong desire. You know, I want to have that Mercedes Benz. So I take that photo of that and put all around my house, stick around, even in my toilet, I stick. You know, I'll be just saying, oh, craving, when can I get that? And I work so hard to have that thing. So craving, all right? Craving for material objects. The second is craving for heavenly sense pleasure. Oh, I want to go to heaven and I just want to enjoy myself because I heard there's a lot of beautiful girls are there. And you can go, you know, like, what they call, there are a lot of pretty girls are there. And there is lots of free flow of alcohol. Free flow. Soma rasa, soma rasa, okay? Soma alcohol. So you just go on drinking and you just go on marrying, craving for heavenly sense pleasure. All right? In the next life. Right? That is the thing. Second craving. The third craving is desire for mystic yoga or power. Okay, it's mystic yoga. So that means I'll go into this forest, I'll go into Himalayas, into the cave, I will sit and meditate because I'm craving for mystic yoga. Okay, because I want to have that power, just like how Hiranyakasipu, Ravana, they all went into a severe mystic meditation because they want to live long, because they want to become the Lord, because they want to conquer the heaven, and because they want to be powerful. All right? The craving for mystic yoga power. And number 4, the desire for liberation in Brahman. Okay? I can't wait to merge into Brahman. I just can't wait to be liberated that I can merge into the light. Right? So these are the 4 things that is called thirst for material object. Okay, thirst. All right, number 1 is craving for material object. Number 2, craving for heavenly sense pleasure. Number 3, craving for mystic yoga power, to get some power, magical power. And number 4, the craving for liberation, desire for liberation into Brahman. Now, weakness of heart. Now, weakness of heart may be analyzed as the attachment to trifling things unrelated to Krishna. All right. So, what is the weakness of the heart? So, sometimes we can be weakness of the heart is analyzed as attachment, being attached to trifling things. Trifling things, the things that is not like permanent, and things that unrelated to Krishna, the things that doesn't relate to Krishna, right? Okay, analyze as trifling, number one. Number two is deceit, cheating. Number three is envy of someone else's progress, being very envious, jealous. And number four, longing for position and fame. Longing in what they call in Tamil, ஏங்குறது. Ekam, all right? Longing. I really want to have that position. I want to be the head of the department. I want to be the what they call the party leader, right? So once I go and become a leader, and I'll get fame, right? Like yesterday, I was I was like addressing that, commenting on this Chinese program yesterday, and that was a topic, that was a topic that they were talking yesterday in the Chinese class. So, and they asked me to give a comment, then I just gave them the comment from this place, right? So, it says in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, the concluding verse, and Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur is quoting in Bhakti Loka, Sarvatyage pi aheyaya, sarvanartha bhuvaschate, kuryu pratistha visthaya, yatnam aparshane varam. So even if one can give up all material desire, the desire for fame is very difficult to give up. The desire for what? Fame is very difficult to give up. This desire for fame, which is compared to a stool. You know what stool? Compared to a sheet, all right? Sheet, stool. So the desire for fame is just like a sheet. Okay, stool, the stool of a man or animal or something. It just is compared to a stool. All right. It is the root cause of all anarthas. We understand? This is the root cause. Being want to have fame, name fame, that is the root cause of all anarthas. Therefore, one should carefully avoid touching the stool-like desire. We should not touch the stool. Do you like to touch the stool? No, you see the dog shit or cat shit. Do you like to touch with your hand? Of course, so disgusting, right? So he says we should be carefully avoid touching this stool-like desire for fame. And this instruction is extremely serious. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is mentioning in Bhakti Loka. Right? So, and longing and position for the fame. So this is the categorized under the thirst, right? Now the offense may be divided into, okay, now what is the offenses? The offenses may be divided into offenses to the holy name, offenses to Krishna himself, they call Seva Aparat, or offenses to Krishna's devotee, right? And offenses to other living entities. So how many offenses are there? Offenses are divided into holy name, right? Or offenses to the holy name, Nama Aparat, offenses to Krishna, Seva Aparat, offenses to devotee, all right? Bhakta Aparat, right? There's three types of it. And offenses to other living entities. There's a lot of living entities, we offend them, all right? Like killing them and eating them, eating non-vegetarian, eating chicken, killing the chicken, killing the goat. When you actually eat meat, you are offending them, you're killing them, all right? So this is a great offense, all right? Now this is the thing, offense. By these anarthas, all these unwanted things, the influence of the holy name becomes obstructed, and the full transcendental nature of the name is not manifested. So for those persons who have this kind of anarthas, who have this, so they start to feel that they are not getting any benefit from chanting this holy name. So the living entity will continue under the shadow of Namabhas, right? So the living entity will continue under the shadow of the Namabhas as long as he is ignorant of Sambandha Tattva, right? So Sambandha Tattva means what? The basic facts concerning the Jiva, God, and the material nature. and their mutual relationship. So Sambandha means what? Sambandha in English we can call, in Tamil also we call Sambandham. So Sambandha means relationship. Sambandha means relationship. So that means when a living entity continue under the shadow of this Namavas, all right, as long as he's ignorant of Sambandha Tattva, that means the understanding of relationship, all right, that is like basic facts concerning the Jiva, that I am not this body, all right, and I am the eternal servant of Krishna, God. And also this material world, it is unconscious. Remember the three things just now we said, right? And their mutual relationship. Oh, this is my family, this is the. So as long they are under this ignorance of this, they are still remain in the shadow of Namavas. However, but still, when the serious student takes shelter of a bona fide guru, all right? So when a senior student accepts the shelter, it's recording, okay. Okay, when the serious student takes shelter of a bona fide guru, okay, until he takes, see, then by force of his effective spiritual practice, all right, by the force of effective spiritual, he can remove the obstruction blocking the sun of the holy name, all right? That means once the thing is that once we accept a spiritual master, when we force the, okay, by force of his effective spiritual practice, that means forcefully, even at first you don't like it, you forcefully do it, all right? So he can remove the obstruction that blocking the sun. So when the clouds and mist go away, the brilliant sun of the name becomes visible and bestows upon the devotees the treasure of love of God. Okay, when the sun becomes disappear, we feel the full effect. After the bona fide guru gives Sambandha Jnana. So just now we are talking about Sambandha Tattva. Okay, here we are talking about Sambandha Tattva. Sambandha Tattva means what? Okay, here we talk about Sambandha Tattva. Okay, here we talk about Sambandha Tattva. That means Tattva means what? The understanding of what they call the philosophy or the understanding of relationship. But what the Guru will give you, Sambandha Jnana. He give you Sambandha Jnana. Sambandha Jnana means what? The understanding, okay, or the knowledge of the relationship. The bona fide Guru gives Sambandha Jnana. Then what happened? How the Sambandha Jnana? He instructs the disciple on the practice of culturing the holy name, sadhana bhakti. So that means when we chant the holy name, it also comes under sadhana bhakti or the performance of devotional service. And this is called, what is this called as? Abhideya. Abhideya or process. All right. This is some new words that we are learning today. Abhideya. All right. Once you are studying this Bhakti Sastri, or even you go into Bhakti Vaibhava, so this is the topic that sometimes we used to talk. And Abhideya is the one that we also going to elaborate further in Nectar of Devotion. So try to understand here itself. So first we are under Sambandha Tattva. We are under the Sambandha Tattva. Okay. So we are under ignorance. We are under the Sambandha Tattva. We are thinking that everything is there, everything is mine, and all these kind of things. All right. But now, but after that, after forcefully, we just forcefully we start to surrender to a spiritual master. We forcefully, practice our spiritual life. Sometimes we don't like it, we forcefully, and also by the mercy of the spiritual master, you're going to do it together. Then all the instruction, all the obstruction will be removed. All that means you're removing your sunglasses out. Right now you see a clear picture. Then what Guru will give you? Guru will give you Sambandha Jnana. Sambandha Jnana means the knowledge of your relationship. All right, where he instruct the disciple and practice of culturing. Okay, practice of culturing the holy name. So culturing means what? Why I didn't use the word practice of culture, of culture of practice? Culturing means what? Dissecting. Sometimes when you take what they call, we take a blood, right? They call take a blood culture. Okay, they take a blood and go to the lab, and you know what they do? They do culturing. Culturing means they just try to like remove it one by one. You know, all the blood is there, remove this, remove that, remove it, and find out what is the disease. They call blood culturing, right? So like that. So practice of culturing means you're going to practice. That means you're going to remove this, you're going to remove that, you're going to remove this, you're going to remove that. All right. So you remove that, then you come to the original or the pure name, right, of the holy name, which is called sadhanava. And this process of instructing, accepting instruction, and practicing culturing, that means dissecting all the things of the holy name, and that is called as abhideya. Right? Abhideya means process. Okay. By this specific process, abhideya, the name will show its influence and drive out the anarthas. So that means when we start to do that, the name will start to show its influence. That's when we start to see the real influence. Okay. In that influence, and drive out all the anarthas, unwanted things that are called sambandha tattva, all will be removed, including fame, including all these blind, all these things. All right, all these things will be drive out, will be just thrown out. Okay, anarthas. Finally, then what happened? Finally, the jiva achieves the goal of life, love of God, and in that position, that way he continues his performance of chanting the holy name in full spiritual bliss called prema. All right. So are you all following me on this? We are going step by step. Can you all follow this? Thumbs up. If you don't understand,
Can bro, Harish.
say can. Others?
Yes, Prabhu.
Right.
Can I
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
This culturing, I wanted this culturing, removing this the process. Is it what is the basic action in the pursuit of devotional service? I mean, what we need to act in the culturing process.
You have to surrender to a spiritual master, number one. And after surrender, that means surrender to spiritual master and take instruction from the spiritual master. Okay. And performing the instruction very faithfully. And that's when it is some or other culturing, because the culturing process is something which is happened by the mercy of spiritual master. How it works, that is very mysterious. Okay, Prabhu?
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Vaishnava Prabhu?
Actually, culturing means you put the bacteria into a medium where it can grow very well.
Okay.
That means we don't remove anything, but we take like a sugar medium. You know, this bacteria will grow in the sugar medium very well.
Okay.
Or into a plasma where the growth. So that is culturing, not removing anything, na Prabhu.
Not removing, I'm saying you're dissecting.
No,
Okay,
Prabhu. It's only growing more. Then we can see who is growing more. Is the cholera growing more or typhoid is growing more? Then we choose a fellow who is surviving there very well.
Okay. Right. Okay. That means, okay. So all the while I thought culturing means like removing everything. Okay. Like what Prabhu said, culturing means, that means in other words, okay.
You develop something more in that area. You put me in a good association like with you, I will become a better devotee than other people.
Yes. Okay. I understand, Prabhu. Now, sorry for that mistake. But culturing means, okay, now I understand. Okay, now I got it. So the practice of culturing of the holy name means is what? That means we are growing all that wanted, what they call, like for instance, like what Prabhu said, culturing means developing. So that means we have our anarthas, or we have our own good qualities, it develops, it grows. That's right, Prabhu.
Exactly, Prabhu.
Okay. Now Kesavan asked a question. Is culturing like vitagen, cultured milk? Mixture of other items. I don't really get it. All right. Now this Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu said, now you understand, Kesavan? What is culturing? Culturing means developing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prabhu, it
So,
sound like Yukta Vairagya.
Yukta Vairagya, that is a practice. It's a practice. Yukta Vairagya means you have the property you're using for Krishna. That's practice. This is developing from the heart, from inside, culturing.
Okay,
Right?
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
I thought, take blood culture. So I thought take the blood culture means they just specifically see a particular disease in the blood or what. Now only I realized when Prabhu said that he's actually put something, bacteria, to create, to certain things to manifest, whether it's cholera, whether it's this or that. Okay, I learned something new today, right? So, okay, do you understand what Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu said?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
You got it, huh? Others, thumbs up. If you don't understand, I will explain it again. It's very important.
Is something Arishna Prabhu is something like Keswan Prabhu say they use some bacteria to culture the thing, right? I mean to
Not Kesavan,
Yeah.
Vaishnava.
No,
We
I mean
use some
Keswan.
media, Prabhu, media. Like they take a petri dish, that is a glass dish, and there's some media down there, sugar medium, plasma medium, blood medium, and then we know that this bacteria will grow in such surrounding very well.
Oh, okay.
If it doesn't grow, that means you are treating the wrong way, Prabhu.
I see.
And then they also put lot of antibiotic. Which antibiotic can kill the fellow? So they choose, okay, this antibiotic is working very well. We choose this antibiotic.
Right. Okay.
Prabhuji, another thing is that something in the cheese itself, they put some rennet, right? Rennets, that rennets can be said like culturing, right?
That is a
Yes.
medium. You
Medium.
you feel that the fellow will grow better in this medium.
Oh, okay.
But some people say, oh no, sugar medium is better. So in the dish, they put lot of sugar. And you can't see the sugar, Prabhu. It's just spread very equally. So you put one drop of the blood, then tomorrow you go and see a lot of cholera. Immediately, we got to treat with cholera medicine.
Okay.
Thank you. Like that, there are many kinds of
Okay.
medium. You can put them in many mediums, Prabhu.
So in this sense, practice of culturing the holy name. So the holy name is the medium. Is what's the medium, Prabhu? In
You
this
must
sentence.
ask Prabhu. Prabhu, culturing spiritual feeling, you must put them among devotees, no, Prabhu?
No,
Yes.
as Prabhu said, he said bona fide guru. You come to a bona fide guru. Just
No,
now,
I would
Prabhu
say
said-
like devotee association. Prabhu is
Right.
devotee. So along with him, we grow better.
Yes.
So Prabhu is the medium. So bona fide guru is the medium.
Yeah, Prabhu. Very
Hey,
good.
no. See, bona fide guru is the medium because bona fide guru is the one that goes deep into yourself and culturing that this thing, right? So, okay, like for instance, now I understand. I think I understand, not to say I understand, but say like,
Your English is better than mine. You can explain better, Prabhu.
okay, like Skanda Balan Prabhu asked, okay, he said he can't get it. Okay, Prabhu, like this is the blood. Skanda Balan Prabhu. You got it, Prabhu? Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu. Go ahead, please.
Skanda Balan. Okay, now there's a blood. I'm not sure what is the disease in the blood. Right? So I just take one bacteria here, then I take another bacteria from here, then I take another bacteria. Okay, it's just varieties of medium that I'm using. Okay, I'm using many varieties. Okay, let me see. All right, so like this. So what I've understood from Vaishnava Prabhu is in this blood, I will add on this medium and see whether the kind of disease manifests or not, or can be cured or not. If the thing doesn't work, then I try the second one. All right. If the thing doesn't work, I try the third one. Then after that, I try the fourth one, it works. So that means what I do, I only use these as the culture to treat the disease. You got this so far, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu. But actually, like the advanced devotee like you don't have to use so many. One look at my face, you'll know this is a bloody fool. You know which one to choose, Prabhu.
No. I'm just like even worse than you. All right. Skandabalan Prabhu, do you got it? You got this idea? Do you
Yes,
understand
Prabhu,
what
I
it is?
understand. I'm just trying to relate that to
Now what
our
happened?
present
Okay.
states.
Right now what happened? It is like this. So we have so many anarthas. We have so many anarthas. So we tried our best to remove our anarthas, right? We have so much of unwanted things. That means we tried doing this bhakti, we are trying to do this, some regulative principle and all these things. So until we surrender to a spiritual master, all right? So we take this as we take this medium as the medium of a spiritual master, all right? So once the spiritual master infused, that means all this while we tried all other means and ways, didn't work out. So now we have taken up spiritual master. So once the spiritual master we taken up, so what the spiritual master does, he infuses. That means he start to do culturing. Okay. Now there's two ways. One is by advice, by this thing, by instruction. Second is forceful action. So when he start to infuse, so all these anarthas like this, okay, all the what they call the spiritual this thing will go in, and yourself will be start to culture into spiritual life. All right. So forcefully you're trying to infuse it into yourself. You got it, Prabhu? So that means he says that this now, okay, by this process, okay, Pauline, this is called abhidaya, the process. Okay, you understand, Prabhu? What we call this? We call this as the process. The process of we call this as process. Okay, so the process of infusing, the process of you getting into your that means to create as a thing. Okay, this process. Okay, then that means how the process starts through the instruction to the disciple, through the instruction, and okay, through the instruction and on the practice of culturing. So he gives you instruction what to do now. Now, what is the step now? So he gives you instruction. Through that instruction, we are starting the process of culturing or abhidaya. Then after that, he says the specific process. Okay, when the specific process started, that means this process is very specific. That means the spiritual master instruction to you is very specific. You got it, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu, understand.
So when we start to practice that, the name will show its influence. That's when, like what Prabhu says, like antibiotic or sugar, whatever it is. Now we start to realize this antibiotic is working on you. All right. So once we start to this thing, then we drive out the anarthas. We drive out all these unwanted things. All right. So in other words, like what Vaishnava Prabhu said, that means we are using this. We are using this culture. Okay, that means this antibiotic is working on us, so we are taking it, and by that all the disease flies away, goes away. So similarly, this thing. So only the spiritual master can give you a specific instruction. Okay, now you understand so far, Prabhu? Do you got it?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Tandabalan, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
You got it?
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why the Guru has such a power? Why the Guru has such a power? Okay, now let's look at the second. Since we have started this, we also discuss this now, right? So why the Guru has special power? Okay, now it's like this. I am living in this gross body. Okay, I am living in this gross body made of how many elements? Right? This gross body that has 5 material elements and 3 subtle elements. So total of 8 elements. Okay. So in that thing, okay, there's another person is called as, okay, there's a Paramatma here. What we call this? We call this as Paramatma. Okay, we call this as Paramatma or Chaitya Guru. Okay, there's a 2 terms for that. Paramatma as Chaitya Guru. Okay, and who is this Paramatma? The one who stays in your heart. The one who are approver and the one who approves all your desires. Okay, that's Paramatma in your heart. All right. Okay. Now, once we are sincere, because the Paramatma and Chaitya, also we call as Chaitya Guru, the Guru inside you. Okay. There is the permitter and approver, a permitter and overseer. Do you remember that verse in Bhagavad Gita? Right? The
Anta.
permitter. Huh?
And Upadrasta.
Upadrastanu Manta.
Anumanta and Upadrasta.
Yes. Bhokta Maheshwara Paramaitmi Chapyukta Dehismin Purusha Para. Chapter 13, text 23. Okay, I just put it down here for the record so that you all can keep it as a reference, and also please write it down in your book. All right. Bhagavad Gita 13.23. Okay, it's 13.23. All right, it's mentioned here. That means he's the one. Paramatma is the permitter. Yet there's another body of transcendent enjoyer who is the Lord Supreme, who exists in the overseer and permitter. All right. Upadrasta and Anumanta. Okay, Upadrasta and Anumanta. It's the permitter and this thing. So he's there. So now, when you are sincere, when you are sincerely trying your best, okay, now you're coming for this course, talking, and you're very sincere, you want to improve your spiritual life. Then what happened? Then these, what they call, Chaitya Guru will start to appear in front of you as the same person will start to appear in front of you as a Diksha Guru. The same personality from the heart will appear in front of you as a Diksha Guru. So then this Diksha Guru is from where? That appears from your heart. That means the Paramatma inside now coming in front of you as a Diksha Guru. He knows you better. Right? When you go to see a doctor, the doctor has to take your blood and do culturing and lot of things you have to discover before he could treat you. But the Diksha Guru is not like that. The Diksha Guru is the Paramatma or Chaitya Guru in your heart manifesting as Diksha Guru. So he knows what is the best choice for you. Right? So he knows. So that means in the process of culturing, he knows what is the best way for you to achieve your perfection. Okay? Okay, what is the best option for you? That means he said, now you do this, now you do that. Now you chant your Hare Krishna, now you do Sankirtan. Okay, it is specific. Okay, and that is the culture. When you start to follow that specific order of your spiritual master, you will be very successful. Okay, like I give you my own personal example. Right? When I met my spiritual master, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, in 1993. In 1993, 25th December, Christmas Day. When I met him for the first time, he just told me, just because I did some Sankirtan and preaching, he said, just do this. Preach and distribute books. Just do this and nothing else. I still remember the word he told me. he put his hand on both of my shoulder. He just said, just do this. And he looked straight deep into my, just do this and nothing else. Ever since I never, that's why sometimes when they ask me to come and do puja, I don't even know how to do puja, pujari work, puja, or ask me to cook. I don't know how to cook. I only know how to eat. Puja, this thing, deity worship, all I never learned because I paid full attention. So then in between, I became a secretary for ISKCON Ipoh. When I was a vice president, then I became a secretary. Then after that, I start to realize I'm losing my real seva. I'm not performing well. I start frustrated and everything. Then I just remembered, just do this and nothing else. I resigned from all my post and everything, and I just concentrate in distributing books and doing online classes to preach, to cultivate devotees. Right? So it's true. Some of your testimony, you're saying that a lot of transformations start happening. Right? Devotees are chanting 64 rounds. Devotees are chanting 32 rounds. And at least devotees have taken up, chanting 16 rounds. But at least devotees have taken up chanting. There's devotees who at least start to chant at least 1-2 rounds. At least they is motivated, not forcefully, not frustrating, but at least taken up the effort. Yes, I need to chant. So all these things are considered great success. Okay, great success, and a lot of transformation start happening in many devotees' life, and devotees are giving up all their habits, becoming a devotee, taking up bhakti very seriously. So why all these things happening, success is happening? Because I simply followed my guru's instruction. Because this is supposed to be my natural tendency. Not doing puja, not cooking in the kitchen. All right? Distributing books, go for Harinam Sankirtan, singing on the street, banging the mridanga. That is what I can do. But sitting at home, because that's what. So that is what I'm saying. I'm giving you my personal example so that you have your specific instruction. So what Guru Maharaj did, okay, like for instance, Jayapataka Guru Maharaj, he said, if I give you an instruction, if you can't follow, you're offending, it's a Vaishnava aparat. Therefore, just follow the instruction that Prabhupada gave me. So what Guru Maharaj said, the instruction that Srila Prabhupada gave it to him, follow that instruction. Help me so that I can follow that instruction. So what are the instructions Prabhupada gave to Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj? Number one is distribute books. He told him to distribute 100,000 books a month. All right. Number two, create the cell preaching, that you can Namahat preaching, small. That means now you are doing the Zoom preaching. Okay, that's one of the instruction he got. Number three, third instruction, he said that try to unite this Gaudiya Math family, the Saraswat, the Gaudiya Math, try to unite them because all are scattered. Try to unite. Like that, there is many instruction. Okay, do Sankirtan, go and distribute. But Guru Maharaj's main thing is book distribution and chant 16 rounds. So you just see which works for you. And through that, you just take up and you will be very successful in your sadhana. Because it's our duty to go and ask our Guru, what should I do, Srila Guru Maharaj? Okay, now the problem is, now the another thing is how to find out what is your natural tendency. Just think, what is your natural tendency? What kind of seva that comes to you naturally? And that's why Chaitanya Prabhu says, use that talent, your natural talent, to serve Krishna. Okay, now, do you understand this, Skanda Balan Prabhu? How
Yes,
the
Prabhu.
Diksha Guru can give you the culture, right? Okay, how the Diksha Guru can come and give you this kind of culturing. Okay, and from the Guru, you start to follow the instruction from the Guru, that eventually what happened, that we will become divine. That means we start to have that divine qualities, and by chanting, we also start to become fully distinct, and all the anarthas will be removed. Even though that we are living in this material conditioned body, our senses all become purified, then eventually what happened? We go back home, back to Godhead. So we should back to Godhead, back to Transcendent, the place that actually we came from, back to Goloka Vrindavan. All right. So I hope I've explained to you. I hope you all understand. Everyone understand? Thumbs up. Any question? Further question? K7, you got it? Okay, great. Thank God, Prabhu. Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, you came and enlightened me on the real thing. Because when you're talking about culturing, I just remembered because yesterday our Pujari was not well. And we took him. Then I remember when I took him to the clinic and they said they need to do blood culturing. You know, just few days ago, I mean, last week, they need to do blood culturing. Then I was thinking blood culturing means to find out whether you got dengue or what. So I thought culturing means dissect. It means take the thing, pick out, take out everything and find out whether the dengue this thing. All right. So anyway, I learned something new today. Prabhu, thank you so much. Okay, we continue. Now, so finally the jiva achieves the goal. That means again, as he said, we instruct the disciple on the practice of culturing, okay, the culturing the holy name or sadhana bhakti. Okay, that means culturing. That means he said practice the culturing. That means by practicing the chanting of the holy name. And this instruction of practicing the holy name is called sadhana bhakti. And this is also called abhideya. Abhideya means the process. So by this specific process, name will show the influence and drive out the anarthas. So now all the spiritual masters have one thing in common under this parampara, that you should chant Hare Krishna mantra. That's why when you're doing accepting initiation, he will chant on your beads and he give you the beads. And after that, he ask you to like take out and he chant the mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Therefore, I initiate you under Harinam Diksha. The first Diksha we call Harinam Diksha. That means initiating you in the holy name. All right. So like that, okay. It'll by this process, the name shows influence and drive out all anarthas. And finally, the jiva achieves the goal of lifelong love. All right, and that in that position, he continues his performance of chanting the holy name in full spiritual. Now, let's continue. The ignorant of correct knowledge is as follows. All right, so what is the ignorant of correct knowledge? The ignorance of correct knowledge is now explained. Okay, now it's explained. The living entities take shelter of a bona fide guru. The living entity takes shelter of a bona fide guru with genuine faith, receives correct knowledge about Krishna. Okay, the spirit soul and the material nature and the relationship of the three according to the scripture. Okay, so that means what? The ignorance. Okay, the ignorance of correct knowledge. That means, okay, let me say, the living entity takes shelter. When they take shelter of a bona fide guru, like sometimes we can't even see our guru, right? Our guru is somewhere and we are somewhere. Then how? By taking shelter. All right, the guru is everywhere. The guru is first of all in your heart. He's the one that comes out as Diksha Guru. So taking shelter means what? Coming under his influence. And what is his influence? His instruction. All right. So coming under the shadow of him, that means coming under the influence of him, all right? With genuine faith. That means I'm very, very faithful. So in that thing, we receive the correct knowledge about Krishna. We receive the correct knowledge on spirit soul, the material nature, relationship, and the most important, the relationship between the three. They call what? Sambandha Jnana. Yes, Vivan?
Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Vivan. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu, just now you say the Chaitya Guru come as a Diksha Guru.
Yeah.
How to understand that particular sentence, Prabhu? Because Chaitya Guru I understand from our heart, and then when he personified in front of us, he become a Diksha Guru. And then the moment the Diksha Guru comes, Chaitya Guru wouldn't be appearing, or how Prabhu, to understand the sentence?
Krishna is very merciful. And because he has fallen in this material world, he expanded as Shirodakshai Vishnu. And after Shirodaksha Vishnu entered into your heart as Paramatma, he never let you to be alone. All right. So he is in your heart as Paramatma. All right. He is the one that approves and rejects whatever things you're doing. But when you are sincere, when you are looking for that Guru, that same merciful Paramatma in your heart will manifest in front of you as a Diksha Guru. So that means that Diksha Guru is none other than Krishna. Right? So the Krishna comes to you in a human form as your personalized Guru. Like how you're given a body which is so personalized, which is very unique. Like that, a Guru will come and appear in front of you. The Krishna will appear in front of you according to your mood and sentiment. So the same Chaitya Guru will manifest in front. That means it's not that one Chaitya Guru out of it, it's not in your heart anymore. Because we understand, even in chapter 13, Krishna will be explaining, even all looks to be divided. That means the soul is in everybody's body, but still remain one. Example, like when you see the moon, there's a moon on top, and you have hundreds of pot of water. That means there's a lot of water pot, bubble, and everything. So when you look at the pot, it looks like the moon in every pot. The moon in every pot. So that means the moon seems to be divided, but actually it's not. There's only one moon. Similarly, that form of Krishna that seems to be divided as Paramatma and all these things, but even it's in your heart, he will still manifest in front of you as is. So that means it's not necessarily the soul from the heart the Paramatma has left and become your Diksha Guru. The Paramatma is still there in your heart. But by the mercy of that Paramatma, you will get a Guru. That's why the Guru relationship is very authentic. Have I answered you?
Okay, Prabhu. So to avoid mental speculation, one of the reasons, right, Prabhu? Sometimes we are confused on the Guru when we mental speculate, right?
Like example?
For example, we have so much of instructions from within, whether we are confused whether it's our mind or it's the Guru itself giving instruction. So Diksha will reaffirm which is which, right? Diksha.
Say Diksha Guru, first of all, you must understand the Diksha Guru, it is very unique position. The Diksha Guru that actually understands you well. Maybe you're meeting him for the first time, but he's the one who is your eternal Guru. He understands you. He doesn't give you many instructions. Like when you see Prabhupada never gave all the instruction to one person. Prabhupada gave instruction to Srila Jayapataka Swami. He said, go and develop Mayapur. I give you the kingdom of God, develop it. Then he went and met this, then he gave instruction to Ambarish Prabhu. Now use all your wealth to build temple. Make it a grand one. All right. Then he gave instruction to George Harrison. Use your talent of music and spread Krishna conscious. And he started to sing about Krishna. You understand? He gave instruction to Harikesh. Go to all these places and preach. All right. Harikesh Maharaj wanted to go to the most riskiest place on earth. All right. They are more dangerous than Talibans. All right. So, so they go to that place like Germany, East Germany, Russia, and all the communist bloc. So, in other words, there is so many instruction, but there is specific instruction to the Guru and the disciple. So, there's nothing to be confused about. You got it?
Okay, bro.
Like for instance, sadhana bhakti. What is the sadhana bhakti? Doing mangalarti, chanting your japa, doing deity worship, offering food to Krishna, cooking nice food, get first class ingredients. There's so many sadhana bhaktis. But what is the sadhana bhakti specific for me? Preach and distribute books. You got it? Right? Just like you become a random doctor, you just graduate as a doctor, you become a doctor, and after that you specialize in certain. Okay, just like in your case, you did your engineering, right? It's a random engineering you studied everything. But today you are specialized in bridge building, right? So there's a specification. So there is no mental speculation. It's called mental confusion. Okay, Prabhu?
Okay, Prabhu. Prabhu, in the previous sentence, it says that the sadhana bhakti is equivalent to holy name, Prabhu.
Sadhana bhakti is holy name.
Okay.
Sadhana bhakti is holy name. It's not equals, right? So now it says, like you see the holy name, sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is holy name. Okay.
So sadhana bhakti is holy name, and Mangalarti also sadhana bhakti is a component. Mangalarti is a component of the sadhana bhakti.
Yes.
But in this one also is holy name also is a component of the sadhana bhakti.
Yes. So what we can understand from here, even thank God you asked me this question because I just remembered something. Right? I get down and work. I do Mangalarti, I do Tulasi Puja, I do deity worship, I do this, I do that, I do everything. But I don't chant. Have you seen that? Have you seen that before?
Yes, I got experience myself.
Yes, I also got experience myself. We do all the things. We do everything. Do that, do this menial work. Do this, do that, do that, do that, do that. But I have no time for chanting. No. The basic, the root of your sadhana bhakti. That means, in other words, you are taking a tulsi plant. After planting it, nicely growing, you are taking the tulsi plant near at night, during the dew, after the rain, there's a dew, right? Mist. You are putting it in a mist, thinking the tulsi plant will be very healthy. But you forgot the way the tulsi plant healthy is by pouring the water into the root. Sometimes we keep the plant at home, inside the house. At night, we take the plant and put it outside. So because the night dew, the mist and everything, the water and everything is very healthy. But you forget to pour the water into the root. Then what's the point? So we are doing all the thing, but we don't chant. Right? And while you are chanting, also you chant with agitation, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh my God, I have to go Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, tomorrow I have to get Boga, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Did I prepare my Mangalarti set? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Did I bought the flower? Hare Krishna, did I buy them? No, that's not the way. You must understand the root that nourishes the sadhana bhakti is the chanting of the holy name. So don't feel bad. Oh, I'm chanting Hare Krishna. It looks like I'm a lazy person. No, that's why it's put there sadhana bhakti. Right? It's not that you're simply idling in one place, avoiding all the thing and start to chant. So you have to wake up early and finish your japa, finish your rounds, and then you sing. But your chanting is the basic thing. You got it?
Okay, bro.
So by
Okay,
keeping the plant in the dew or keeping the plant near the saral, the malasaral, it doesn't make the plant happy or healthy. You have to take the water and pour into the root. You must please the root. That means what happened? You just like keeping the plant in the mist or dew, right? Then eventually what happened? All the leaf will start to fall down one by one. Fall down, eventually the tree will die because there's no nourishment. So to be very careful. Any other questions?
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much, bro, for your time, bro. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for asking that question. So the ignorance of correct knowledge is explained. Okay, now the first thing living entity takes shelter of the bona fide guru with genuine faith, receive correct knowledge about Krishna. So that means when your faith is correct, when it is genuine, you start to receive correct knowledge about Krishna, about spirit soul, about material nature. And after that, the relationship of these two. That means Sambandha Jnana. The relationship, Sambandha, right? So according to the scripture, not by imagination. So Krishna is the eternal Lord and the living entities are eternal servants. Linked to the Lord by the bond of love, prema. Okay, that means we are born by love, prema. Okay, that means he's the eternal Lord and we are the eternal servants. This relationship of Jiva to God is called in prema bhakti. Is also eternal. Okay, the relationship of Jiva to God in prema bhakti is also eternal. This is the living entity's constitutional nature. the nature that cannot be changed, which has to be uncovered, which has to be uncovered. So you have all these things. That's the thing. You have to uncover yourself and try to find out. You got it? Okay, now it's 9:58. Shall we take another 2 minutes break? All right? Because now we're going to come to the important point. Now what it says, however. All right, now we're going to come to the point. But before we come to that point, so let's take another 2 minutes break. 9:58. We take break until 10. Is it okay? We continue until 11 o'clock.
Okay, bro.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay, right. Wait, okay. Right, then that means we take a short break. We take now at 9:50, just 2 or 3 minutes. Then we continue. Get up, stretch yourself, and try to think what you have learned, and try to absorb. Okay, we continue. Now, the important part. However, okay, it says that however, when the jiva forgets that, when the jiva, that means when we forget that he is the eternal servant of Krishna, okay, when we forget that we are eternal servant of Krishna, he comes into the material world looking for happiness. Okay, so now we understand. So when we forget that we are eternal servant of Krishna, we came to this world to look for happiness. But this universe of illusion is a prison house for the jiva, right? So that means this universe, this entire creation, universe of illusion is actually the prison house of the jiva. So acting as a remedial or reformatory process by punishing the jiva by turning away from Krishna. So that means, in other words, this universe is like illusion, and secondly is a prison house. And what is that? The activity of this? It is acting like a remedial or reformatory, like prison. You know, you go to prison, there's a remedy, you change or reform to a good person process. Okay, by how? By punishing the jiva for turning away from Krishna. The material world is meant as a place for purification. All right. So this material world is meant as a place of purification. So we are here, we are trying to purify ourselves. By the mercy of pure Vaishnava, devotees of the Lord, by the mercy, okay, of pure Vaishnava, devotee of the Lord, the jiva takes up Krishna's name. It takes up Krishna's name, okay, with correct knowledge of sambandha or relationship. So now we are very lucky. I mean, in fact, I am very lucky for discussing this along with you, right? So we understand we must take to Krishna's name with correct knowledge. Then what will happen? He will certainly attain the great treasure of prema. Okay, great treasure of prema. That is the perfectional activity of the living entity. At that time, even liberation for merging into the Lord's effulgence become detestable. I mean, it's not so interesting, right? Even merging into the form, I mean, into the aura or the Jodi, the light of Krishna effulgence, it become detestable, right? It's no more. We what they call, we lose the taste. It's no more interesting. But as long as the transcendental knowledge of sambandha is not accepted, the anarthas and ignorance must remain. So as long as we don't accept the transcendental knowledge of sambandha, okay, we understood what is sambandha just now we spoke, all right? The anarthas and ignorance still remain. And that person will continue on the platform of namabhas, offensive state. He will just continue in the chanting in the namabhas stage. Though the person chants, okay, now underline this, though the person chants, the effect is limited. So the effect of the chanting is limited. However, now again, Haridas Thakur says, but still, however, even chanting in Namabha stage is considered to be very auspicious. That's why you're still saying, no matter what, chant. All right. We know that people are chanting, definitely they have offenses, but chant anyway. You feel sleepy, chant. You feel frustrated, chant. You feel angry, chant. You feel this, you feel that, you feel whatever situation. You don't feel like chanting, chant anyway. Okay. So it's considered to be auspicious. Even in Namabha stage, even the offensive chanting stage is considered to be very auspicious. Not just simply auspicious, very auspicious. It is considered the chief of pious activity. You can do a lot of pious activity, but the chief is chanting, even in Namabhas. For by the accumulation of Namabhas activity, that means once we are chanting in offensive stage, in that accumulation, one eventually gain faith to accept devotional service properly. Okay. Namabhas is considered higher than the activity of yoga, sacrifice, varnashram rules, austerities, etc. So that means even the offensive chanting is considered higher than performing yoga. Sitting in the jungle and start meditating, like some yogic movement, like Brahma Kumaris, like Nityananda group, all they are just into yoga. It's beyond that, even in offensive stage. It is beyond to perform all kind of sacrifice. Put the fire, swaha, swaha. It's beyond that. It is beyond varnashram rules. You are in this family, you are in this caste, you follow that. It's beyond all these rules. And beyond all austerities. That means you are fasting, right? You are fasting this, you're fasting for that. Now full moon day, you fast. Now the dark moon day, you fast. Or you perform these kind of things. You take a vow, take kavadi, and whatever it is beyond. All right, like going for Swami Ayyappan. All this beyond all these austerities. Even chanting in offensive stage. Why? Because it will lead to the path of pure bhakti, dear Prabhus and mothers. Because it will lead you to the process of pure bhakti. The process of yoga, austerities, unless mixed with some other bhakti, okay, even they say like the yoga process, austerity process, whatever, unless it is mixed with some activities of bhakti. If it's not mixed with any form of bhakti, it will never lead to bhakti. Okay. Now, what is the effect of chanting? So what is the effects of chanting in Namabhas? So what is that effect? Even we are chanting in offensive stage, what is the effect? Right. That means by chanting in Namabhas, all sinful effects are destroyed. Even when we chanting in Namabhas, even in offensive stage, all the sinful effects are destroyed. And one can attain liberation from the material world. Even you can get liberation from the material world. All the effects of Kali Yuga are overcome. All the effects of Kali Yuga. Now the Kali Yuga is not a very comfortable situation. Yes or not? Even the effect of Kali Yuga is overcome. Then by chanting at this stage, all anxieties will go and peace can be obtained. So if you're very frustrated, when you're very angry, there's a thought of suicidal, want to commit suicide, all this thing, anxiety will go and peace will obtain. But the most important, interesting part, evil influences of ghosts, demons, spirits, and unfavorable planets are nullified. Please underline this word. Please write it somewhere. Keep it with you. Write in a small card box, small card, and keep it with you. Keep it in your breast pocket. Every time take and read. The chanting of this holy name, even in an offensive stage, will remove the evil influence of what? Ghosts. If anyone afflicted by ghosts, don't go and see Bomo. Ask them to chant Hare Krishna. All right? Even the influence of the demons, even the influence of the spirit, all the spirit and all these things. And the most important part, I really wanted to look into this. But the most important part, the part that every one of us are always worried, it is unfavorable planets. Unfavorable planet. That means what? We are all under the influence. We are always worries, right? We have so much of worries in life. You know, like for instance, now by the okay, now the unfavorable planets. So you're going to see astrology. Oh, you have 7.5. You have 2.5. The Guru sits in the wrong place, Brahaspati, and the Jupiter is moving on a different place, you know. And this Ketu, the Ketu and Rahu, all right, that's a thing, right? If Ketu sits in the house of health, if you're a house of disease, the Ketu will take the big things, make it small. Rahu will take the small things, make it big. If the Rahu sits in the planet or in the house of your disease, your small disease will become big. If the Ketu sits in the house of disease, even a person suffering from a chronic cancer suddenly recovers. But they all say it's a medical miracle. It is not a medical miracle. It is the influence of this thing. We have seen people who have disease that cannot be cured, they somehow or other cured. And after that, they go around talking, oh, I have eaten this, I've eaten that, I've eaten this kind of some nutrition from multi-level marketing. I took these, in my diabetic disappeared, my cancer disappeared. I've all these bogus. Right? So now, what happens if these kind of planets come and sit in a very unfavorable place and makes you fear? You know, it is a habit for some. First thing in the morning when they receive a newspaper, they open Rasi Palan. They open to the thing, what is my life today? But now there's no more this thing. Now they have a lot of other application. They keep that application. Or first thing, they like to on the TV and the guy will be telling, waiting for that flow come and tell, today, Dhanusu Rasi. Now you're going to this, you know. Then after that, nothing happened, get frustrated. So imagine. And even sometimes unfavorable planet also can cause disturbance in our relationship with our wife, children, parents, right? If you're quarreling with your wife, you want to fight with your wife, a husband, you want to separate from them, all this because of some unfavorable planets are staying in one different place. What is that planet actually? It's just kind of gravity. When you're born in what influence, that is how your life is. Every one of us are even born in this material world. We born in a very unique way. All right, that's called Jyotish Shastra. Okay, I don't want to go into that topic, but overall, I'm telling you this is what. But here, Haridas Thakur is saying, even unfavorable planets are also nullified. If you think you have trouble with your life, chant Hare Krishna. If you think that you have phobia for ghosts, you don't want ghosts to come and disturb you, you don't want any kind of demons to come and disturb you, right? Demons like demonic people, like people are crazy people around you. You don't want to be targeted by the rogues. You don't want to be targeted by the gangsters. These are all demonic people. Or you don't want any kind of spirits, you know, like black magic and all these things to come and disturb you. If you think you are under the influence of bad planetary system, chant Hare Krishna. Isn't that fantastic? Just give me a second. Huh? All right. My children are fighting. So all these things, unfavorable planets, are all nullified. What do you need to do? Just need to have a japa bag and japa mala, which is going to cost you maybe less than 20 ringgit. And you have to have firm faith in this process. You have to chant your 16 rounds daily minimum. If you think you want to get rid of all your things quickly, chant more rounds. 16, 20, 24, 32, 64. All these things is nullified. So what else do you want to further be convinced? If it's not chanting the holy name, that you're going to invest only once in your lifetime, on the back and the beads, right? And you're going to keep it for the rest of your life. Or you prefer to go and look for a bomo, spend thousands, or go to this astrologer, and the fellow will be talking craps. You know, you have to pay him now. I think it's around 100 ringgit, I think, 50 or 100. I'm not sure how much does it cost. Or you have to pay that much of money, and the fellow give you some remedy. You know, you have to go and perform the remedy. You know, you go there. You know, you go to what? Go to this India. There's one place called forgot the name. Or you go there. You do the parigaram there. You know, you go do this all these kind of things, right? Oh, you do this, do that, do that. So much expensive. And that also only God knows whether you're doing it right or not. Right? So like that. Okay. So now, even then after that, Bhakti Vinod, what they call? Haridas Thakur is continuing. Even the residents of hellish planet can achieve liberation by chanting in Namabas. Right? Even the residents of hellish planet. Like some people, right? Like some people suffering in hell, right? Suffering in hell. And they coincidentally name the son Krishna or Rama, right? The man goes to hell and suffering in hell. Then say, hey Krishna, hey Rama, calling upon the son. What are you doing? Save me. Because that time you don't know who to call. You know, you call Krishna, Rama, hey, save me. That's why it's very important to name the children after the Krishna's name. Not following some kind of this nonsense numerology and put the name in something that don't even know, like Krishika. Like another one is what? Then there's another few names, you know. Delaney, like my daughter's friend's name, Krishika, Delaney. I say, you can ask the parents, what's the name? What does it mean? Okay, okay, why I'm going? I'm giving you my own nephew. One of my girls is the name the son, Kashwin. I said, what does that Kashwin means? Oh no, we follow the numerology. Yeah, you follow the numerology, but you must have name. Like your name is Abhirami, Abhi, there's a name. Right? Abhideya, there's a Abhi, there's a word Abhi, there's a meaning. Your husband's name is Ramesh, Rama, Ishvara, Ramesh, there's a meaning. But you name your son Kashwin, what is that meaning? I say, well, it is just like, you know, we are involved in this kind of stock business, you know. So we want to put cash win, winning cash, Cashwin. So we put it cash win, Kashwin, cash win. Imagine that time you go, cash win, help me, cash win. What will happen? The Yamadutas will back you even further. You still here still talking about money here, you know, something like that. So that's why it's very important to name the children after the name of Krishna. Like those days, they used to name that, right? There's no name that is not God's name, right? There's no name that without God's name. Even they don't believe in that, right? Like even that I'm born in this kind of family, like Chettiar family, you only pray to Lord Muruga and all this. But the name that given, like my father's name is Jagannath. My first Chittappa, my father's younger brother, first brother, his name is Ramadas. Then another uncle's name, his name is Balakrishnan. Then another uncle's name, Ramachandran. And my last uncle's name is Narayanan. And my two auntie, one first aunt's name is Panchavarna, right? The thing that is keeping, you know, that Mahalakshmi, it should be keeping that Panchavarna, 5-color parrot, Panchavarna. And the youngest auntie's name is Nirmala. Even though they don't believe in this thing, but they named him. And imagine every day my grandfather calling Jagannath, Dey Ramachandra, Balakrishna, you know, always there's a recital. And the thing happens, he goes to hell and he'll be calling upon the name example. You know, what happened? So that's why it says, even the residents of hellish planet achieve liberation by chanting in Namabas. You all understand what I'm saying? For Namabas destroy the effect of sinful activities, which is already committed. Okay, prarabdha karma. Now you all understand? K7, you got it? How the Namabas can destroy prarabdha karma?
Yes, Prabhu.
Now you understand, okay? Prarabdha karma, the karma that we've been accumulated for many, many lifetimes. All the effect of the sinful activities that is already this thing can destroy. For this reason, Namabas is even more powerful than the Vedas and all holy names. Oh Krishna, look at the statement. Even offensive chanting is even more powerful than the Vedas and all holy places. You see the intensity, right? Like some people say, oh, I love to read day and night. No, you chant day and night. Reading, put maybe 2 hours a day. Right? Because now you understand, it is even more powerful. Because it leads you to prema. The Vedas, sometimes, the Vedas can lead you to artha, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Right? So that's why Srila, the one who writes Veda, what's his name?
Veda
Who wrote
Vyasa.
Veda Vyasa. So what did Vyasadeva did? He summarized the entire Veda and gave us the natural commentary, Srimad Bhagavatam. So we don't need to waste our time to study Kena Upanishad, these Upanishad, that, these, that. All they don't need, just study Srimad Bhagavatam enough. And further, the application of Srimad Bhagavatam is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. The application part of Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So like that. So Namabhas is even more powerful than the Vedas and all holy places. So you think you want to go to India, you want to go to Tirupati, you want to go anywhere, why not you just simply sit and chant Hare Krishna? Because when you chant Hare Krishna, it is the place where all the 33 million devas appear at the place where a person chants the Maha Mantra. The place a person that chants mantra, that place will turn into Vrindavan. So we don't even need to go there and think about it. Okay, it's not to say you don't go. But why not? How long can you go? Can you go there and stay forever? Why not bring the Vrindavan to your house? When you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, all the place of pilgrimage in this universe appears. Like in Bhagavad Gita says, whoever worship my Bhagavad Gita, worship this conversation, who keeps this book, all the place of pilgrimage appears there. Yes. But now when you chant Hare Krishna Mantra, all the place of pilgrimage, all the things follows you. You know, when you travel, when you drive, Hare Krishna. Okay, now you just start to meditate on the pronunciation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. While you're driving, while you're doing anything, while you're typing, while you're cooking, that means all the holy places follows you. Then after that, it says, it surpasses all materialistic pious activities of karma kanda. You think you want to do some service, all right? Like for instance, you want to feed the poor, you want to do some charity, you want to do some philanthropic work, you want to do this, no need, simply chant Hare Krishna. You want to do it for the sake of helping others is different. But if you want to do it just for the sake of getting some punyam, or you sinja punyam, either sinja punyam, or you go to this temple, you do this punyam. So if you have that kind of thought, why not simply chant Hare Krishna? It surpasses all materialistic pious activities of karma kanda. Yes, we will.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, these things all happen when we arrive to the stage of Namabhas, right, Prabhu? Not on Nama Aparad stage, right, Prabhu? When we are committing the 10 offenses, right?
Nama aparat is once you become good at it, then you follow the rules. Nama bas, you are still doing that offenses. That means you are very what they call for a first timer or a distinct. Nama bas. Say like for instance, if you are initiated devotee, if you are initiated, you are under this parampara, you have a bona fide guru, then you do aparat is wrong. You got it? But once you are still in an innocent stage, you are still don't have a purified consciousness, you do aparat is different. Okay?
Knowing it and without knowing it, right, Prabhu?
Because if you're innocent means you don't know it. If you are innocent, you don't know. You don't know you're doing aparat. Just like a child, right? Just like a child takes the money from your wallet, and go and buy some things, right? The child doesn't know. It's a theft. But if the child grows up and do the same thing, it is punishable by law, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Do you understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Do you agree?
Agree, Prabhu. But sometimes unwillingly, knowingly also, I tend to do so many of offenses, Prabhu.
That's namabas. Namabas. But you understand that you're doing namabas is something very glorious. You know, I know I did offense and I repent. That is when you get the purification. Okay? When you get the purification, when you get the understanding. Okay? That is it. Okay,
Yes.
we'll come to that, the Namaparat, right? Fair enough. We'll come to the Namaparat later. But now we are still in Namabas. That means chanting with some kind of material conditioning. Okay, Namabas. So now it surpasses all materialistic pious activities of Karma Kanda. Why? Because the holy name is invested with all Krishna's transcendental energies. It is invested with all Krishna's transcendental energies. Even by chanting in Namabas, one can attain the goals of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So that means when a person when they chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, they can still achieve all the material desire like Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Okay? The cherished aim of Varnashram. What is the cherished aim? I want to be born in a Brahmana family. Now I'm born in a low caste. I want to born into a Brahmana family. The cherished aim of Varnashram also can be achieved. Right? The chanting can give one the position of happiness in the material world, material universe. Not only world, material universe. It is the only resort for helpless. If you think you are helpless, the only resort is to call upon the name of Krishna. One can go up to the border of Vaikuntha planet by this chanting. Ha ha ha. What is that border of Vaikuntha planet? Can anyone tell me?
Mrija River.
Viraja River. So you can go up to that. That means you can go near to Kailash. All right. You can go up there. That means what? You can even come out of this 14 planetary system. You can go up to past Devi Dham, Mahesh Dham. You can go very near to Kailash. That is thing. By this chanting. Right? Then scripture recommended the name as the process for the Kali Yuga in particular. So that's why when we go and chant Hare Krishna on the road, when people just look at you and they start dancing, when they clap the hand, their bhakti beach is started. Right? There's 3 types of japa. Right? There's one is you murmuring in yourself. That's called japa. Okay, that's called meditate. That means you're chanting within you. Second is murmuring. Okay, the murmuring, all right? And the third is chanting loudly. That means you're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. There's so many living entities around us. As long you chant, when the sound comes out, it is called Sankirtan. Yes, Vaishnava Prabhu.
Well, the first one, Prabhu, I didn't get it.
Murmuring.
No, the first one.
The first one is japa. The first, I mean, actually, there's 2 types. One is murmuring in your heart, and murmuring is called japa.
How soft can the murmuring be, Prabhu?
As depends on your how well you control your breath.
But earlier you said in your mind.
First is in your mind. That means you're not like when you do Gayatri.
Yeah, Prabhu, in your mind, I remember one of the lecture by Srila Prabhupada. He asked the devotee, how to chant? He said, I chant my mind. Then he said, you take prasadam also in your mind. I read this really one WhatsApp. No? It's a real lecture by Srila Prabhupada. So he said, mind, okay, next time you take prasadam by your mind, don't come to the thing. Yeah, so where do I go, Prabhu, from here?
Chanting in your mind is something that it's not possible, Prabhu. How you can chant in your mind? It doesn't work. If your mind is so strong enough, you can even capture the form of Krishna and keep it in your mind. We can't do that, right?
But if you move your lips and tongue, it's okay, Prabhu.
It's murmuring, japa.
The sound need not come.
You move your lips and move your tongue.
That means you still hear, Prabhu.
Of course, you hear.
Yeah.
That is japa.
Okay. Thank you.
Japa means you are doing it very softly that only you can hear.
Yeah.
Okay, like this.
So, thank you. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you, huh? That is
Once again, Babu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
But
Hare.
I can hear, Babu.
Yes. So that is murmuring. That is
But
japa.
I can hear. But you're hearing. But I'm not supposed to hear, Babu.
You are not supposed to hear.
Yeah. If you're only hearing for yourself.
No, I'm just giving an example. When you are murmuring, when you're
Ah.
japa, that means only you can hear.
Yeah. Babu.
Say like for instance, you're flying in a plane. You cannot chant very loudly, right?
Yeah. Babu.
When you're in a town bus, when you're in the people, when you're going for a medical checkup, when you're chanting,
Yeah.
just that only you can hear. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Yeah. Babu.
Okay, like that, murmuring, japa. But when you're
Thank-
sitting at home and chanting, you should chant. No need to scream, but just Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, like that. Okay? But
Is
if
it good for, giving deliverance to the other people outside?
definitely.
What
Chanting
you
loudly
did
is the
now,
best.
Prabhu? Is that loud enough to give deliverance to the insects and birds and all that?
Definitely. See,
Thank
now what we are talking, that the speed of what we are discussing here,
Yeah.
chanting. So sometimes what I do, I go for that Kreda hill, there's a hill here. I go on a japa climbing. So I'll be chanting and climbing up, the hills. So first time I went to the place where the snow one is it's not a peak, but there's something like a base camp. Because from there, another 4 kilometers up, and I already got punctured, so I cannot go further. And I saw there's no one there. So I screamed and chant. I chant one round, 108 times, I scream, Hare Krishna, wow, fantastic feeling, bro. The feeling is fantastic if you scream. But you cannot do that. So you do join the Hare Krishna Kirtan, go to the street and start dancing. Scream, Hare Krishna, like that. Go to the temple, scream and chant. All right? Okay. Anyway, have I answered you, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu.
So
Thank you.
now, so the scripture recommend the name as the process in Kali Yuga in particular, right? And imagine even in Namabhas, all these things, what happened if you can surpass the Namabhas? But how to do it? Go on chanting in Namabhas. Okay, anyway, we'll come back to that. Why am I jumping the gun now? Now, another thing. So now, Namabhas as unintentional pious activity may be classed into 4 types, right? So that means Namabhas as unintentional pious activity. That means sometimes you say, that means chanting Hare Krishna is one of the pious activity. It's divided into 4 things. That is Sanketa, Parihasa, Stoba, and Hela. Sanketana, Sangadangal. Parihasa, Parigaram, Parihasa, right? This thing. Stoba and Hela, I'm not sure. Let's find it. So, chanting in Sanketa. All right? Okay, let's see. Chanting in Sanketa or indirectly. Okay, indirectly. Sandegama. Sandega means what? Sandega parvati. Indirectly, I am doubting you. You are talking to me, but I'm doubting you means there's an indirect act. So that means chanting in Sanketa. Indirectly means that one chants the name of Vishnu or Krishna with a specific material conception. Right? Okay, that means first he's chanting the name of Vishnu or Krishna with a specific material conception. Like for instance, they say if you're sick, if you need this thing, you just chant this mantra called what is that, Vivan?
Which one, Prabhu? Which mantra, Prabhu?
Huh? Chanting for good health. The form of Krishna as a doctor. What do you call it?
Dhanvantri.
Dhanvantri. Om Namo Dhanvantri. I'm not sure the mantra, but Dhanvantri mantra. Okay, you are chanting the Dhanvantri mantra because you have disease. You want to cure yourself. Right? Then you want money, you want to have opulence. All right? So we start to chant the Venkateshwara mantra. Or we want money and opulence and Aishwarya, we start to chant that Mahalakshmi mantra. Om Mahavidya. Om. I forgot the mantra also. Tanno Lakshmi Prachodayat. Om Mahadevya cha vidmahe Vishnu Patni cha dhimahi Tanno Lakshmi Prachodayat. Which are the mantra for appearance. All this chanting are indirect. Of Krishna with a specific material conception we call Sanketa. Please underline this, okay? Or chants the holy name unintentionally while thinking of some other object with the same sound. Sometimes when we just say, sometimes when we play some music, like for instance, there's some music. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. They listen to the music and they keep playing. That means it's indirect sounding, unintentional. While you're doing something else, hey, that music seems to be good, so like that. So in the with object with the same sound. An example of the first type. So the example of the first type is Ajamila, right? Ajamila. That means he called the name of his son, who happened to be named as Narayana, right? He called the son. That means unintentional. Okay, unintentional. That means chant the name of Vishnu for a material specific disease. So he called upon Narayana, save me, because the sun was beside. I hope you all remember the Ajamila story, yeah? Right? So Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. So he chanted the name of Vishnu, but with the intention of calling his son. Still, he was saved from Yamadutas and eventually attained Vaikuntha. Okay? Now, the example of the second type of Sanketa is like Yavana. Yavana means the Muslims who exclaim Haram while dying. Because the syllable of Ha and Ram are performing the name of the Lord accidentally, that person attains liberation. Right? I think I told the story before, right? The pig came and hit him, the wild boar, and he died. He's calling Haram, 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 Haram. He achieved liberation. Because these type of namabas is least offensive. All right? The power of the holy name is intact to a large degree. Only who utters the name of the Lord is in parihasa. Okay. One who utters the name of the Lord in parihasa or in a joking mood, such as Jarasandha, also cross over the material world. Okay. Oh, this is parigaram, parihasa. Okay. Sorry, just now parihasa I said about parigaram. All right. That's not parigaram. This is parihasa. Right. See, one Sanskrit word but 7 meanings. All right. Anyway. So this parihasa means joking. Right? Joking. Just like Jarasandha. Jarasandha jokingly called, make fun. Or sometimes say, jokingly we just use the word, this Krishna, did this, jokingly, but you are joking, but using the name of Krishna, joking, right? Such as Jarasandha, cross over the material world, uttering the name in Stoba. Okay, name in Stoba. Stoba means what? Derision. All right, derision means what? In criticism. All right. Derision. The real English is criticism, right? Let me double check. Derision meaning. Mocking, yes. Mocking, so okay. Derision means to mocking or contemptuous attitude, expressed to ridicule or scorn. It involves belittling someone or something in a way that conveys disdain or lack of respect. For example, laughing at something idea in a harsh and dismissive manner can be an act of derision. It is essentially the opposite of constructive. Okay. So derision means mocking. Okay? Hey, useless, stupid, no, ha ha ha, no, making it. Okay. So stoba. So how? Through the thing of stoba, Sisupala did. Right? Shishupal did also cut the chain of material existence. Shishupal is Krishna's cousin. And the final appearance as a demon, Shishupal and another one. Okay, first
Jarasandha.
No. First is Hiranyakasipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna. Third is Sisupala and but then Dantaketwa. What is his name? Anyway, I can't recall. So there's a last. Huh?
Dandavarka.
Dandavarka. Okay. So this is the last two demons. So Sisupal. So he was mocking Krishna. So he was telling, he was mocking Krishna. And Krishna said, and the Sisupal's mother knows that this fella, the son, will die in the hand of Krishna. And she gonna ask, you're my nephew, and Sisupal is your cousin. Don't do this, don't kill him. Then he said, okay, I'll do it. But if you're going to mock me non-stop for 100 times, then I'll kill him. They say, okay, fair enough. Because who will mock people for 100 times? You know, when I see someone and I mock him, can I go on mocking him 100 times? Cannot. So, but Sisupal, the day he start mocking him, so Krishna start counting 78, 88, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. And he said the 100th one, he took the Sudarshan, cut his head off. His head got cut off. Right? So, like that. So, and he have achieved perfection, even by mocking. Then, uttering the name of Hela or disregard or without attention, okay, also bring benefit. Example, the Malichas attain liberation by all these types of namavas. Okay, Malichas means what? The meat eaters. All right, Mala Icha. Mala means stool. Icha means enjoyer. So what is the stools? What is the stool or the sheet? They call sheet or stool. What is the stool? Alcohol, meat. Right? All these are considered stool. All right, so they call Mala Icha, Malichas, right? And usually they are you know, when you study that Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Muslims are classified as Malichas. They also attain liberation by all these types of namavas. You know, when they call upon, you know, Ramadan. Okay, the day that Rama's and this thing, Ramadan, then they say the Hari Raya, you know, all these kind of things will bring liberation. So now, these types of namavas, yes, Vaishnava Prabhu.
With disregard or without attention. Please elaborate without attention, Prabhu.
Without attention means you're not paying attention. You're looking here and there, you know, you're chanting without any attention. See, when you chant, you have to chant with full attention.
But this is a very frequent thing now, Prabhu.
That's why I ask you, that's why I tell you the remedy that I gave yesterday. I mean, one of my remedy, I did that. Chant by pronouncing the name correctly. Remember? Hare Krishna. Try to say Hare Krishna. That means in your mind, you are concentrating how to pronounce the word properly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So when you concentrate on the nama, the japa, you'll concentrate.
But if you got a terrible worry in your mind, usually it'll go to that now.
Yes. So what you need to do, you must remember that now you are having an exclusive appointment with Krishna, that you're going to express yourself. Because by worrying, by thinking about it, nothing will happen. Yes or no, Prabhu?
Yeah, but if you worry and then you come back, or you call yourself back again, is that all right, Prabhu?
Yes, of course. Because Krishna knows, Prabhu, because we are in this material condition of life,
Yeah.
the worries are always there, especially as we get older, right? We are worried, you know, what's going to happen, or the children going to be, you know, are they going to follow? A lot of things. Even I, as a grandster with 4 children, I mean, 3 teenagers and 1 toddler, still I have so much of worries. The worries are always there. So what I do, Prabhu, I will tell myself, okay, there's another thing that I used to practice is called, what they call? Time management. In that time management, I used to teach, create a worry time. All right. That means I know, okay, I am going to get worried today okay, I put my timetable, 6 p.m. is my worry time. The time for me to be worried. So what I will do, I will take all the worries. So like now it's 10:45. I'm worried. I tell myself, well, my worry time is at 6 o'clock. I'm not going to be worried now. So I write down what is my worries. Then I just continue with my sadhana, whatever. Then after that, the worry comes back. No, 6 p.m. is my worry time. So when it comes 6 p.m., I take all the worries and I start look at it and start to be worried. And you know what? You'll be laughing at it. So at night, 10 o'clock, if I'm worried, I say, no, tomorrow morning, 6 p.m. is my worry time. So now is not the time for me. Consciously tell yourself. And it works. Maybe
That's
one day,
nice. That's nice.
sorry, bro.
That's nice.
Yeah. Because I used to do this think program. It was taught to me by Dina Prabhu. And maybe if one day we have any opportunity or what, so we can, I would like to share that, the time management system. How are we going to regulate our life? Okay, anyway. All right, so we are already in the mid of chapter 3. Okay, now we just finished this last paragraph. So these types of namabas, whether it's coincident, jest, derision, or disregard, being without real faith in Krishna, are situated on the lower border of namabas. So even namabas was 4 types. So it stays at the lower border. On the other hand, if one has genuine faith, in Krishna and takes to the holy name while anarthas are still present, that stage is called Shraddha Namabas. Okay, what does that mean? If one has genuine faith in Krishna, but takes to the holy name with anarthas, that means I got a genuine faith of Krishna, but I have a lot of limitation, I have a lot of anarthas, unwanted things still present. And that stage is called as Shraddha Namabas. Okay, since even by chanting in Namabas without faith, one can attain liberation. Even a person who has no faith can attain liberation. But what happened? How can one describe the result of chanting in Namabas with faith? If a person who has no faith, they achieve highest result. But what happened? The person who has faith. So now Haridas Thakur is saying, by chanting in Namabas, one can get everything except prema. So that means in Namabas, that means when we are chanting in the offensive stage Namabas, we can get everything. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, whatever things you want to get rid of ghosts, you want to get rid of these, you want to be worried about planets, everything can get rid. You can get everything. But only thing you cannot get is prema. But today our goal is prema. We have been chanting all the while, but we are wondering where does prema looks like and how does prema looks like. So we want to get prema. So we don't get prema at this stage. So if one gets to the point of Shraddha Namabas means what? Chanting with faith, but still with anarthas. Are you all following me on this? Please put a thumbs up, or I want to know whether you all following me. This
Yes,
becomes very
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Others? Sadguna Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, everyone's following. Huh? Chaitanya Prabhu? Yanam?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so now, if one who chants with Namabas cannot get prema, but he gets everything. But if one gets to the point of Shraddha Namabas means what? Chanting with anarthas, but you have faith. Just now, no faith. But now you chant with anarthas, but you have faith. That means I still have the nama anarthas, like I've got big ego, I still drink, I still eat meat, I still deceive, anarthas. But I have faith. I have faith. All right, what happened? Quickly the anarthas will go and the pure name will be revealed. So quickly. So when you just need to have a faith, quickly the pure name will be revealed. So chanting in the pure name or Shuddha Nam. So now we understand, underline this word Shuddha. Suddha Nam. Suddha Nam means it is, what they call, it's a pure name. Okay. One will certainly get prema very quickly. So now it may be concluded, therefore, the Namabas itself cannot give Krishna prema. You must understand this. Namabas itself cannot give you Krishna prema. But by progressing from the stage of the Suddha, but by progressing from this stage, we are progressing from this stage of Namabas to the stage of Shuddha Nam by means of following the rules of sadhana as laid down by the Guru. One can get love of God. Okay. Thus, Provided one, that is thus provided one does not commit nama aparats. So as long we don't commit nama, that means now you have chanting nama bas, you have but nama bas, but you have faith. Right? So what do you call that? What do you call that word? Shraddha nama bas. That means you are performing under Shraddha nama bas. That Shraddha nama bas can take you to prema. Or sorry, they can take you to Shuddha nama, the pure name. Right? So how? By following the rules of sadhana. What sadhana? That given by the Guru. Right? One can get love of God. But still provided he does not commit nama aparats. The offending the holy name. That's very important. Who get this? Those who are chanting with Shraddha Namabas. You have faith. You have faith. Again, you have faith. You have chanting. Right? Number 2, you are chanting. Number 3, you have limitation. You have anarthas. And where by doing these 3 things, you go to the level of Shuddha Nam, pure name. In this process of this, the thing that you should not have, it is aparat. Okay, as long we don't have, as provided one does not commit nama aparat. What is nama aparat? We will discuss later. As long we don't commit nama aparat, nama bas is praiseworthy. Even that it is praiseworthy, right? It is considered unlimited times better than karma and jnana. It is unlimited and better than karma and jnana, because the person with such nama bas will eventually get faith. Even without faith, you do eventually get faith. And that seed of faith will then develop into attraction and taste of Krishna. That seed will develop into attraction and taste of Krishna, which will lead to the stage of Shuddha Nam and then Prema. Okay? So, okay. So this one, Abhasa means faint light. Okay? So we stop here. So tomorrow we continue from here. Abhas. Okay, please mark your book. Abhas. Page 28. Is in page 28. So we're doing chapter 3. Okay, so we stop here. Thank you so much for your time. And it's really truly a fantastic marathon from 8 a.m. to 11. Phew. Even I also feel like very lethargic. Okay, anyway, so any questions, any comment, anything? And do you have any comments or do you have any questions? How do you find this program today? Do you think it's going to help you in your chanting, your name? Hello.
Definitely, Prabhu.
So anything that you learned today, Vivan? Any takeaway? Anything specific that inspired you today?
Actually, there's a lot of things inspired me, especially the detailings on the Nam itself is very
What is it?
lot. The detailings, the detail, the detail, because we can see at which level we are currently standing. So somehow it's actually previously I have a lot of desires. Sometimes I feel like having a desire at the same time I'm chanting. So this when you explain on the Namabas, it explains everything, bro. So we keep on need to do chanting again and again, but the Nama Aparat is very, for me is I'm keep on I keep on doing Nama Aparat, bro. So maybe that's the main thing I.
Okay, later we'll find out whether it's actually Nam Aprat or something else.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro.
K7, I saw you raise your hand. K7.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, just now you mentioned
about the Srimad Bhagavatam is more like mostly it's a lot of stories and all these things. But Harinam Chintamani and is more like more to like application. So does that mean like we don't need to study truly this Srimad Bhagavatam, or we can straight away just study this Harinam Chintamani, all these things, Prabhu?
You're talking about not Harinam Chintamani, you're talking about Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Chaitanya Charitamrita, sorry, Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Now we are studying Harinam Chintamani.
Yeah. Sorry.
Right. Now, oh my God. Give me a second. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So, Harinam Chintamani, okay, now we are talking about application. But the question is, what are you going to apply? First, you must learn the knowledge. Then you apply that knowledge. But now is, you want to go to the application part, but what are you going to apply? You have to acquire the knowledge. You got it?
Oh, means we need to acquire the knowledge
Definitely.
first before I.
Acquire the knowledge first, of course. But Harinam Chintamani, you will appreciate what they call Charitanya Charitamrita after you do your after you complete your after you study Srimad Bhagavatam.
Okay, Prabhu.
You know,
Understood.
you appreciated Loka because you have understood, we have studied that in fact of instruction. Right? And now we are appreciating this Harinam Chintamani because we have understood, we have studied nectar of instruction in Bhakti Loka. That's why we are sitting here, even after 3 hours, we are still sitting here because we want to know how to attain prema. Because that's what the book says. Attain prema, then how to attain prema. So that's why we are singing. So we need to understand that in order to apply here. So now we are talking about application. So after we learn about this application, right? So now we say, so Nama Bas. Okay, now first we were looking for Bhava. I mean, I was looking for Bhava. Now I understood Bhava, then I now understood Prema. Now how to attain Prema? By chanting the holy name of Prema. So once I chant the holy name of Prema, the things that I need to know, that I can maintain my Prema. That's when nectar of devotion comes in. Right? So after we finish the nectar of devotion, and of course, today is 2nd April. I think most likely by next week also, if we can go on like this, since the holiday, we can do 3 hours, we can do it fast. And from chapter 3, halfway, 3 hours, my God. So anyway, most likely we finish that, we start nectar of devotion. And starting from May, we do nectar of devotion and Srimad Bhagavatam same time, concurrently. Right? So eventually, so all these things done. So that means we are going step by step. All right, now second step is chanting. Third is nectar of devotion. So after nectar of devotion, what are the things? What are the nectarian part of devotion? By understanding knowledge. Where is the knowledge come from? Let's look at this. Then after that, we studied about how to apply this Bhagavatam knowledge according to the teaching. Then Chaitanya Charitamrita will come. So like that we go. Okay. Vaishnava Prabhu, I saw you raise your hand.
Actually, Prabhu, for a very long time, and didn't know the meaning of Namabhas.
Oh, okay.
Now it's clear, not only clear, very clear.
Even I just got to know Namabas.
Everybody is saying in between. Pure chanting and aparad chanting. It is in between. They only say it's in between. But the real meaning now only you are telling us.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Anyone else want to say something? Or maybe you want to say it in the group. Okay, please, maybe you can express yourself in the group so that people will be inspired to come and attend the class, or at least to watch the video. Because those who have missed the video, because your expression your expression, your sharing is a summary of your understanding of today's class. So through that summary, people say, hey, this sounds good. Maybe there's something there. At least they go back to the video, at least they will benefit. No? Because I know that so many people, in fact, I'm thinking, sharing the video, but actually very less people are watching. A few hundred, a few people. And that also when I see the thing, they watch for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, then they off the thing. So anyway, this kind of testimony will inspire them. Okay. So anyway, it's 11 o'clock. Okay. Thank you so much. My heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for being patient and your enthusiasm, even that I feel lethargic, but still I will want to move on. Okay. Because the enthusiasm is very contagious. And especially in spiritual enthusiasm is beyond. It's not enthusiasm, it's blissful feeling. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. Today I had a good time discussing this thing, and we went detailed studies on Namapas. And again, tomorrow we meet at 8 a.m. Right? Because tomorrow is Wednesday, Thursday, right? So tomorrow we meet at 8 a.m. and we continue our discussion on mid of chapter 3 and beginning of chapter 4. Right? It's going to be more intense and going to be very interesting. So whatever you have studied, please write down, keep it somewhere, right in the thing. Anything that inspires you, keep it with you, that eventually you're going to apply it. Till then, Mancha Kalpaturvischa, Kripasindu Bevacha, Paditanam Pavinivyo, Vaishnavi Bayo Namonama, Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Go, Gauranga.